Oh my God, we've got some epic blur. It also seems some people didn't bother to read the pinned comment. Please read the pinned comment. And also, please actually take a look at the thumbnail. The thumbnail is indicative, painfully obvious, actually, that this will just be me. The thumbnail literally says just me. And the pinned comment says, I just want to explore it, really, because I find it absolutely fascinating. It's been a fascinating turn of events. Also, quite close to me doing a Friday stream. Oh my God, we're blurry. Me doing a Friday stream where I absolutely tore into nonsense rumors as well. And I think realistically, like, it's a case of like this and that. Like, it's a case of probably should do this, probably shouldn't do that. But the reality is both people have acted like absolute bellends. Both of them. But like, and I've got no, I don't know either of them. I don't care. Both of them have acted like absolute tools. Both of them have acted like absolute bellends. And the stream that all of this initiated on, the host, the man on the mic, much like Uche, should have stepped in. It's that it just all goes back to that again. Anyway. So what are we talking about? Well, what we're talking about is Ryan, I think it's Kinnel, or Kinel. I'd imagine Kinnel, but it looks like it should have two ends. But anyway, RK Outpost sat there on a stream, basically called all of Doomcock's, not Doomcock's fans in general, but he did attack a segment of his fans, and called them retarded. Probably not what you want to do when all of that group shares the same audience. That's real dumb. That's some dumb shit. I have never, ever. I mean, that's some dumb shit. You literally share the same audience, guys. Why are you calling each other's fans? Well, why rather are you calling your own fans basically retarded? Like, good God, you got problems, mate. Don't do that. That's real bad. That's real dumb. Now, Nikki is very, very right here, like 100% right, where she says, I think you meant the people who take his rumors as fact. Yes, but you still shouldn't call them retarded when those fans are still probably your audience as well, because that's real dumb. So that's what we're talking about. But then the subsequent reactions that have occurred, and some people have said, "Oh, you're getting involved in the drama." Fuck off! I'm not getting involved in the drama. I don't care. It's more of just an exploration on how to conduct yourself like an adult. Not even necessarily like an adult, really. I just find it fascinating. It's a fascinating exploration of schoolboy drama, and it really is. So much so that it's now moved to Jeremy. I was thinking of his Twitter handle there. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers going, we'll do a stream, and you guys can hash it out. And like, I've got no issues with Jeremy at all. Like, even on the Uche stream, which you can't watch anymore because he put it behind a paywall. But even on the Uche stream, Jeremy came on and we spoke absolutely fine. I have no issues with Jeremy. And much like I said on my Friday stream, and this is the whole thing of this versus that, do this, not that. I don't, you should never attack someone personally, right? Because you don't need to. That's the point. The whole thing here is that Doomcock has been releasing a lot of information, a lot of rumors that generally, like, I've debunked a lot of his rumors. All the Batman ones I debunked like that. It's not hard. It was easy. I knew people that were working on the film, so I knew when they were filming. So when he, came out and said, "Oh, they're going to shut down," I was like, "Well, no, they're not. They're filming there and there." I know that because they have to prep people in advance and basically say, "We're going to pay you this much for this many days. Is that okay?" So if they were looming on a lockdown, which they would do pretty pronto because of COVID, especially because of the testing systems that were in place. Although, FYI, I revealed a lot about their COVID testing. It wasn't that good. They just didn't care, basically. They wouldn't be doing that. And you don't have to sort of to debunk someone. You don't have to attack them. You don't have to attack them personally. So on Friday's stream, when I sat there and I was like, look, I got no issue with Doomcock because someone tried to make it as, you know, a whole thing of me versus Doomcock. So I don't give a fuck about Doomcock. I don't know him, don't care. I'm sure he's a really nice guy, actually. Why? Well, because very clearly he's got quite a lot of fans. He can't be a knob, right? He can't be an arsehole to his fans. He's going to actually be a quite nice guy. But I think what a lot of people don't really understand about him is that he's not... It's quite theatrical, you know? And it relies on quite flamboyant. I guess that is quite an apt term for it, because it is flamboyant. You're wearing a mask and an outfit, and you got like a floating fucking Cthulhu. It's quite flamboyant. It relies on quite flamboyant visuals and also, you know, auditory things, i.e. a lot of the rumors that he espouses, which he always does, and it's important to state, he always does sit there and go, oh, it's just a rumor, right? And therein lies the problem. And this is kind of what Ryan Kinnel was getting at, I guess, is that people don't focus on that rumor part, you know? They don't focus on that. They just go, oh, we just believe it because he says it. Whereas I look, I don't think Doomcock believes a lot of the stuff that he's saying. I genuinely don't, because I think it goes to the flamboyant theatrics of what he's doing. I don't view him as someone who's doing that legitimately, you would actually say they're a journalist, right? That's journalism. Getting sources, reporting on it, verifying those sources, then releasing the information to the public. That's actually journalism. But I don't think he would consider himself a journalist. I don't think he does I don't think he does. And I don't think he believes half the things he says, because I don't think he needs to. And this is not a personal attack on him. It's not an attack on his character or even his channel. He's very successful. His videos get much more views than mine do, right? So it's very, very successful. But I also think it is what it is. And it's not a journalistic channel. It's not a news reporting channel. I think it is quite literally, I'm a character. And part of that character is also espousing all of these rumors and probably making up some of them as well. Or taking a lot from Reddit. The Last Jedi stuff, that all came from Reddit. It was Jedi Paxis. I did that. I literally was doing those same videos because it all came from Jedi Paxis, which had been proven to be true in the past, and it was proven to be right. But that's also part of the problem, is that people then look at his track record and go, yeah, but he was right about The Last Jedi. It's like, no, he actually wasn't. Those rumors came from Reddit, from someone else. Everything else that's been launched previous to that, well, one, I've debunked it, and then obviously other people have as well. So that's the issue. That's the point of that is you can take someone down in terms of their credibility quite easily without attacking them personally. I've not said anything nasty about Doomcock, and if he chooses to respond to this, well, I mean, more for you, mate, but literally no character assassination was committed here. In fact, I was quite complimentary of you. So it'd be very strange if someone then chooses to launch an attack on this, because all you have to do is then reference the first, not even 10 minutes of this video as going, we didn't say anything nasty, mate. But the problem is Ryan Kinnel then said, your fans are retarded, not knowing that obviously a bunch of his own fans are the same fans that he's calling retarded. It's not smart. It's not smart at all. You don't win any fights by taking down the audience that is a supporter. You just don't win. You don't win anything there. You know, you just don't. People support someone for a reason, right? Like they sit there and they go, yep, no, absolutely. You know, I'm a fan of this individual, right? So that's real bad. You know, that's not good. That's not smart. And that's the point, is it's like, you know, do this, don't do that. And that's the sort of the whole exploration of this video, basically. Now, this is important to note, right? This is important to note. Dirty Soul Monkey gets it. Absolutely gets it. He says, I take Doomcock as a funny guy. He's an entertainer. If others believe more, then that's up to them. Exactly. Right? That is exactly, it's theatrics. It is flamboyant theatrics. There's actually nothing wrong with that. There's genuinely nothing wrong with that. But I think the problem is, and this is what I did my Friday stream on, is because I had so many people believing the latest Batman rumors, and I was like, it's very clearly bollocks. Like, it's very, very clearly bollocks. You only have to do a very small amount of cross-referencing to show that it's nonsense. I debunked a whole bunch of that stuff in the past. Anyway, it's very clearly nonsense. And the whole point of that stream was, if anyone starts reporting on that now, you're delegitimizing yourself. You're ruining your own credibility. And this is the part of it, right? If others believe more, then that's up to them. That is up to them, yeah. Anyway, so Hyper Kaiju again says, he said, anyone who believes these ridiculous rumors are retarded. Not all DC Doomcock fans, stop making shit up. I didn't say that, you fucking idiot. So I literally didn't just say that. I didn't say that at all. In fact, I quite literally said, very specifically, attacked a small section. Oh my God. Jesus. I hate you so much. I hate you so much. Ah. And this is part of the problem, is then people, start chiming in on things, and then you get plebs like this individual. I quite literally said it. If you'd watch the whole stream, you'd see exactly what I said. Just calm down, calm the fuck down. But again, my point is that it's all well and good someone saying that. You can't attack part of a fans. And also, so Hyper Kaiju, you're a fucking idiot. You are an idiot here. I'm literally sat here defending the situation by saying he shouldn't have said anything in the first place. Pick your battles, you absolute moron. What are you doing? I'm literally saying he shouldn't have said that. I'm paraphrasing a lot of this stuff. You have to bear with me here. But again, pick your battles, boyo, because I'm literally saying he shouldn't have said it in the first place. You wouldn't know, a good deal if it slapped you across the face. I'm sat here going, Ryan Kinnel shouldn't have said it in the first place. Why are you trying to attack me on this? You absolute mong. Please grow up. So again, the point is that you shouldn't sit there and attack any fans at all, because it's not how you take down someone's credibility. It's not smart. It's not wise. I don't understand how this has attracted so many viewers. Again, I think some people probably do believe that they're coming on here. They're not. This is literally me just discussing the whole situation because I find it absolutely fascinating and very, very comical. So again, like I say, you shouldn't sit there and then say that, because your entire the entire audience, right? The entire audience of all of this group of people, right? The whole Fandom Menace crowd, and this rolls perfectly back into what I had said on the Uche stream. And it goes perfectly back to it. It goes perfectly back to it. Is that all of these people are against the studio for the fans. So when you then have one person sitting there going, your fans, whoever believes you basically fucking retarded, right? Again, just for the people in the back that are a little less cognitive function, Kaiju boy, paraphrasing, okay? Get that cognitive ability up a little bit. I'm paraphrasing. Again, remember, these people share the same bloody audience, and you sat there going and attacking that fan base, a fan base which is built on the concept of against the studios for the fans. So you should be raising the fans up, the fans that like you and support you. You should never attack them. That's the dumbest thing to do ever. But both of these people are, again, it goes perfectly back to that Uche stream, because then you've got someone who should be moderating the chat, and again, perfect Uche stream, Zack Snyder, whatever stream you want to call it again, as an example, perfect example again. Someone that says some absolute dumb shit, and then the moderator does absolutely nothing. Like, come on, moderators on these streams, get up there. It's so bad. It's so bad. And I just think to myself, like, why didn't anyone step in? Why didn't anyone step in and go, hey, hold on, bro, we got the same audience here. All these fans are literally the same fans. What are you doing? You're calling your own fans retarded. What are you doing? Super dumb. Super dumb. Super dumb. It's so bad. But maybe this goes some way. I don't know, because I do these streams. And obviously, like, I'm doing, a fairly large monologue right now. So I'm kind of looking at the chat, but I'm not really reading it exactly the same time, right? But it goes to a bunch of people are like, oh, you read all the chit chat here. And I'm like, yeah, most of the time. Like, I don't just read super chats. Maybe it's because moderators or people hosting these streams don't actually read the chat that much. No, wrong. I'm singling out a very key individual that was misrepresenting me. It's not the same. If you think it's the same, you're an idiot. Again, it's not the same. You got chalk and cheese there, mate. It's absolutely not the same. Again, complete misrepresentation. Ironic that the theme is attacking fans while Mr. H is doing the same. No. This stream will not just be people that support me. My streams normally get 200 viewers, right? So logic to that indicates that some of these people are not even subscribed to me that are dropping in here. And especially if they're not listening to the thing, they're not taking stuff on board, etc., etc. Then discussing that very specifically to one singular individual is not the same as attacking a group, which is then shared by the vast majority of people. It's not the same. Super, super dumb to compare it. Please don't do that. You're letting yourself down. Echo-based networks here. Nice to have you on. Let me scroll back down. Finbar White, evening Mr. H and the Motley Crew. Hope everyone's enjoying the sunshine. I am actually. It's been really, really nice today. People always head towards gossip and rumor on films, etc. Yeah, absolutely. Did I see another comment from Echo-based network? I think I did. I don't know. Did I? Do you guys follow me? Do you want to jump on here as well? Share your 2 cents worth about this? Because I think you did get involved in this, if I remember rightly, didn't you? Do you follow me on Twitter? I don't know if you guys do. Don't think I follow you either or. But if you follow me on Twitter, I'll follow you back. And if you want to jump on here, please do jump on here. Because I'd genuinely be intrigued to get at multiple perspectives on all of this. Yeah, exactly. Wonder this world. Mr. H could not be more specific about who he is talking about. Yeah, exactly. I'm literally going very, very specific about singular individuals here. Oh, we got Lorena Creole on here as well. My God. Loads of people here. Gary from Friday Night Tights said to never attack the fans. Gary should have stepped up and said something to Ryan. Exactly. And this is the exact same comparison to the Uche stream. When you build a brand, because that's what they, it's the Fandom Menace brand and all this kind of stuff, or the Geeks and Gamers brand, whatever you want to call it. When you have that as your backdrop, and that's what you preach non-stop, which isn't what I preach non-stop, FYI. I'm not part of the Fandom Menace. I don't care. I'm not interested. But if that's what you preach, you can't then let it slide, because any little bit of that is a blotch on, your kind of credibility. It's a real bad look. And it's exactly the same. FYI, like Ryan Kinnel was part of this on the Uche stream when they all just sat there as Zack Snyder said all this kind of crap about them. I called them all a bunch of bitches. I was like, what are you doing? You literally all sound like a bunch of fucking idiots here. You're just starstruck. You're not saying anything. Like, come on, get real. You all just sat there, licking at the ring piece of Zack Snyder. It's a real bad look. So it's exactly the same here when you have individuals that don't say anything at all. When your entire brand is very much, hey, for the fans, fuck the studios. Like, what is it now? For the YouTubers, fuck the fans? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it at all. None of that should be allowed to slide. Like, someone should at least jump in at the very least just to moderate it. Even if it's a case of, oh, steady on there, mate. Got the same fan base here. Probably insulted some of your own fans, because that's basically what he's done. Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. But then this obviously continued over on Twitter. And it's just, honestly, it's so funny. It's just become this weird child playground fight thing. Like, oh, we'll have beef. We've got beef. Oh my God. And this is the problem when you attack people's character. Is that it then does become that level of beef, which is just nonsense. Like, I hate all of that crap. You can attack someone and lower their credibility if that's your aim without attacking them on a personal level. You kind of lose. You lose the argument when you do that. Where's the search function gone on this? Oh, there we go. Right. You're gonna have to hold on 1 second, because I need to find all of this again. So there was 2 things which happened. Ryan Kinnel follows me. Do you follow me? Interesting. Well, anyway, Ryan Kinnel follows me, apparently. It's news to me. Surprising. Anyway, apparently Ryan Kinnel follows me. So then Jeremy posted this. Let me have a look. Share. And this is where it becomes just like playground level stuff. Because... What? Oh, there we go. Okay. So then Jeremy posted this, which is, I offered to host a stream with Doomcock and Kinnel Ryan to hash out their differences. I'll be completely neutral and allow them to work this out like men. It's the only way to move forward because we gain nothing by fighting among ourselves. The ball is in both of their hands. And I actually quite like that. This is fine. Like, there's actually no issue with this at all. This is perfectly fine. Not a problem here. But is this sort of like antagonistic? I don't know. Very much. Yeah, I don't know. And then other people weighing in. I'm pretty sure you missed the point. Doomcock said multiple times he doesn't care what Kinnel Ryan has to say now. He already said it during the show. Nerdrock's hosted. He cares how Gary reacted, being a long-time friend. This solves nothing. Ryan's comments and drama cost Gary and DC a Sunday Night Inquisition stream. Oh no, they lost money. Whatever. But the thing is that Doomcock then chose to go on and do like a members-only stream where basically, I don't know, I'm not a member, obviously, so I don't really know what happened here. But he then went on to do, and someone will probably, I don't know, someone will probably follow them and be someone that's a member, so someone can correct me on this. But I would imagine that he, I don't know, would probably have just sat there and complained about the situation, which is that's not smart either. So both individuals are completely off on one here. Like, you've got someone hiding behind a paywall to sit there and obviously complain about the situation, assuming that's what he did, because that is literally an assumption, and I could be completely wrong. But if he did that, like, no, you should you should talk about it, like, live. Talk about it. You know, you've got a problem with the situation. Talk about it. And that's why I don't like the fact that Uche streams behind a paywall. I really don't like that. I think it says a lot about someone doing it in private when you've already raised it in a public discourse. You've already done it public. You should finish it in public, because then all you leave is both sections of whoever fans on either side curious about what actually happened. And you'll always get people, stirring up nonsense rumors and all this kind of stuff, which is not smart. Like, it's not smart at all. You should absolutely do it publicly. If, because it's an assumption, if you're sitting there just to complain about the situation, should always be done publicly, because then, because then someone has the right to reply, right? Like, when I did my video basically calling them a bunch of spineless fucks, I was happy to jump on Uche's stream and talk about it. Like, of course, more than happy to. I'm happy to defend my position. And then it's there, it's out in public, people see it, people know, and it's all there. I'd like to talk with you and work out our differences about how you make up bullshit rumors for clickbait and make the community look bad. Okay. Is that a reference to... I don't know what that's a reference to, Ethan, my dude. Ethan doesn't follow me. I followed him. He didn't follow back, so I actually can't get him on here. I don't like tweeting to people like a simp and a fool to go, oh, please follow me. I'm not interested in that bollocks. Echo-based network, I will jump on. If Ethan wants to follow me, I'll follow back, and happily to get him on here. 100%, not an issue. So let's get... Ethan, I followed you a while ago after the Uche discussion video you did. I don't think you saw it, so I since unfollowed you as a result of that. Not a personal reaction in any way, shape, or form. I just don't follow people that tend to not follow me, to be honest. I'm weird like that. Echo Base Network. Right, let's get you guys on here. I'd love to hear your opinion on this. There you go. So I've sent you a stream invite. Echo Base Network. Felicity Poubelle. Love that name. Not offending fans is the exact reason I unsubscribed from many of the Fandom Menace channels after the Zack Snyder debacle. The brand became more important than fans. Hollywood is this. That was kind of my point. I mean, that is literally the whole sort of point here, is that if you build a brand on for the fans, fuck the studio, you can't let that slip. It's so bad. It's so bad. Echo-based network, 100% agree. It should be done publicly at this point, but should have been handled privately before it was brought out publicly. Yeah, no, you are completely right. You are absolutely completely right. EVS versus Mr. H new beef. I don't have beef with anyone. I found Ethan's commentary on the Uche stream absolute gold. Genuinely absolute gold. So good. So no, I don't have beef with Ethan at all. Although someone did try and start beef on a stream around that as well. But no, I got no beef with him. His commentary was fantastic. I genuinely enjoyed it. It was very good. Echo-based network, I have chucked you an invite to the stream. There you go. Everyone's problem, Ethan. Yeah, there you go. I'll send you an invite as well. It'd be good to get your opinion on this, Ethan, just to see whether it lines up with anything. There you go. Let me get some headphones. So I've sent Echo-based network and Ethan Van Skyver some invites to the stream. If they want to hop on, it should work. Should work. Mr. H and EVS are two alphas in the mist. In the mist. Love it. Oh, did I, Mr. H, miss Super Chat John Davies? H, can you put the chat in slow mode? I can give it a go. I can give it a go. Let me turn off my music. Let me see. Right, so we just get Nick from Echo-based network. How you doing?
How's it going? Thanks for the invite, man. Been watching content for a while, man. Good stuff.
Thank you. You are more than welcome. Whilst I try and put this chat in slow mode, because I am a technological artard, give us your opinion on all of this, please.
So, Coach and I actually went live last night because we were getting... We're friends with all these people. We're friends with Gary. We're friends with Jeremy. Doomcock was the narrator on our sequel trilogy documentary. So we're friends with all these people. And everybody was constantly blowing us up all day yesterday, wanting to know our opinions on the matter, get our thoughts. Hell, EVS, how's it going, brother?
Hello, everyone. Wow, it's great to be on Mr. H's show.
People have tried to start a beef between me and you now. It's all happening.
Scrumptious. All right, that sounds fine. I like mine medium rare. I gotta say, I didn't know you sent me a Twitter or anything.
It's fine. It's honestly fine.
People said to me, you and Mr. H should get together and stream because both you guys would be great. And you know what, this is the thing. People go, oh, he's got such a big ego. I don't. I'm very humble.
For you.
Me. I'm very humble. And I just thought to myself, Mr. H doesn't want to stream with me. I see no evidence of that.
Absolutely happy to. Happy to stream with anyone, really. Normally it never works out because people are in America. So the sort of time zone changes just absolutely kills me normally. So
I work ungodly hours.
My EVS is a light nighter.
It's true.
Right. So thoughts. Give us all of your opinions. Let me remove this from the stream for now. So thoughts on the whole situation, because I've kind of given mine. Some of it was paraphrasing, of course, which I was already called out for. But
I just feel like you're being unclear right now, Mr. H. You're very unclear.
Yeah, I know. I have this problem.
You're blurry. I don't. In other words, your camera is. You're very blurry.
I know. I get it all the time. It's very frustrating. I have to manually keep resetting the resolution, so I will do it. I'll get to it. But give us your opinion on this entire scenario as you see it.
Well, some really bad stuff has been going on since the whole Zack Snyder incident, which was humiliating and destroyed the fandom menace. Largely decimated the fandom menace.
Did it really?
In my opinion,
I don't know. Can you give me the rundown on that specifically then? Because that's news to me.
You know, we have a purpose, and our purpose is to stand up to people who hate us, who are making entertainment, and tell them when we have the opportunity that that's how we feel. You know, we represent as YouTubers who get to have these platforms and speak to hundreds of people, sometimes thousands of people at a time. We have this opportunity to represent them, or try to, and represent their interests. Many of us are extraordinarily charismatic.
Yeah, to say the least.
And therefore, it behooves us, Mr. H, and I include you in this, and Nick, and to a lesser extent, Jeremy Griggs. It is our job to actually stand up for this disenfranchised audience. We are going to have opportunities to speak truth to power to idiots in Hollywood, and we should never, ever, ever cringe from that opportunity. We should never, ever duck, be timid. We need to be very direct as people who have chosen to do this. We need to be direct with them and honest.
So I'm guessing you, with respect to that, and then obviously the current situation with
So the
Ryan
current
Kinnel,
situation is everyone is
how does
kind
that
of
feed into that?
Yeah, everyone's kind of fragmented over that whole situation, and it is sad. I think some people have decided that, well, maybe we're just no longer Fandom Menace at all. Maybe you know, we have forgotten our purpose, and maybe what we're going to do is just get on YouTube and try to get super chats. I'm all for that. I want to do that. I want everyone here to get super chats, but mostly me. I like that idea. The thing about it is, though, is that we should be doing it still with a purpose, and the purpose is to stand up for disenfranchised fans. And one thing you never do is you never call the fans effing retards. Excuse
Well,
my
I found
language.
it. Oh no, you can curse it. It's absolutely fine. But I found it absolutely moronic because they are literally sharing the same fan base. You know, there is a massive crossover there. You are calling your own fans retarded at that point.
Yes.
And if you want to attack someone's credibility, because that's the point of it, isn't it? It's like, hey, these rumors are so outlandish. They are so nonsensical. Anyone that would believe in them is clearly an idiot. What you're doing there is attacking someone's credibility. But you can do that without attacking someone's fans, and also without actually personally attacking someone's characters.
I would attack Doomcock directly. I would. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with YouTubers attacking each other. You know, when it comes to, hey, you know, my point of view is the best, or I have the best information, or I'm the funniest, I'm the best YouTuber, this guy's a liar and a grifter, anything like that. No problem at all. And you know, Ryan Kinnel saying what he had to say about Doomcock was 100% justified. I like Doomcock. But you know, Ryan Kinnel compared to Doomcock is like Edward R. Murrow next to Captain Kangaroo. One is a clown for kids, and one is actually trying, and this is Ryan, one is actually trying to impart real information. However, Ryan is a young man, and he's got a young man's temper, a young man's temperament, and tends to get angry, and I guess that's why people might enjoy his commentary better than somebody else. But Doomcock is just pulling this shit out of straight air. He's another Mike Zero. If you like
that's
cool.
kind of what I alluded to, is that very clearly he is a performer. He's a theatrics. There's nothing actually wrong with that, but it becomes a problem when then other channels start reporting on it as legitimate, you know, credible sources.
He's wearing a little Dr. Doom mask, and he's in a robe, he's in a bathrobe, and he's going, "Oh, I'm Doomcock." When I say take it with a grain of salt, and I think he says that too, you know, I think that's the least that you should do when enjoying that entertainment. It's just meant to be fun, and Doomcock is a fun personality. But you know, I wouldn't believe anything, you know, on his channel. Nothing. It's just stuff that he's getting from 4chan and all these other same stuff that Mike Zero is putting out there into the bloodstream. If you want to watch that, it's the same thing that, you know, there used to be a newspaper on, you know, right in the cashier lane of American supermarkets, which I don't know if they had this. And well, I'm sure they do, like the Daily Star and, you know, all these Daily Sun, British publications. We had one called Weekly World News. You know, that was Mr. H. It was like, you know, Lisa Marie Presley marries the Loch Ness Monster. You know, full page story. Jesus. And it's like, I would say what Doomcock says is on that level. Okay. Not on just the Daily Sun. The Daily Sun could be correct. And plus it has boobies in it.
Well, look, that's always a win, quite frankly. You know, a bit of page 3, it's always good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and Nick, your opinion on this. Sorry, we sort of cut you off there a little bit.
That's fine. So yeah, like I said, I know all these people. Like I said, Doomcock was the narrator on our documentary. We know him personally, and I don't know where he's getting this stuff. Could he be pulling the stuff out of thin air, like EVS was saying? Yeah, he could be. I don't know though. I have no idea. And the fact is, if he does actually have legitimate sources that are actually giving him information, he can't really reveal them. So there's no way for him to really prove any of this stuff either. So he's kind of at a disadvantage because he can't prove it and reveal his sources if he is actually getting legitimate information. And if he is,
the thing is the proof is always in the pudding. So when I debunked, again, didn't attack him personally. I just said, look, the latest Batman rumors, this wasn't the really recent ones, but the ones before, they're about to get shut down, massive problems, you know, Robert Pattinson's walking off set, etc., etc. I was like, it's clearly bollocks. Like, I know people working on the film, and they are going to be filming here for this week, and then here for this week. And the proof was in the pudding at that point. You don't even actually have to prove you have a source, because what you're saying is evidence enough. Like, I'm literally saying what's about to happen, unless I've got a crystal fucking ball up my ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's very clearly that I've got a source.
Right.
And I think, I mean, what you're saying is, you are.
And I don't know all of Doomcock's rumors, because I don't follow the rumor game so much. We actually, Coach and I kind of focus more on actual news and don't really hit on the rumor stuff as much.
It's funny how you're differentiating there. we focus on actual news.
Yeah. I mean, we do on our channel, but we find the rumor stuff is like, you know, entertainment purpose for entertainment purposes. You know, we might touch on it or something like we did a stream today, just talking about the rumors and basically was saying, you know, I don't find this to be true. I don't see this being a possibility. I mean, could it? Maybe. So I mean, again, as far as the whole thing being done out in public, like I said.
That was the other thing, is that, you know, because Doomcock went, again, I don't know, like, I wasn't there. I'm not a member of his channel, so I don't know what happened, but he then ran a private stream where he would have done a public stream, so he did a private members only stream. And my assumption is, and it could be wrong, so anyone that's jumping in going blah 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 blah, I'm happy to be corrected. My assumption is he probably sat there and probably, you know, said a whole bunch of stuff and defended himself and said all this stuff. That 100% should have been done in public at that point. Like, the whole
Did you see the video? Is that out there? Is Doomcock's response video available anywhere?
No, that was a stream that was behind.
He did a members only stream last night because, and the thing is, I think more than more than him feeling attacked by Ryan, which ultimately I don't think he really cared about.
This is
I think he was more.
My Nerdy Home says this: I have a problem with Doomcock saying that it is mandatory that the Friday Night Crew stand up for him immediately and verify that he has sources. That's my issue. I mean that's childish stuff. That's clearly very, very pathetic. What should have happened as a moderator is Gary should have, you know, again, much like Uche, should have done his fucking due diligence on being a moderator and gone, this is probably a bad look right now. Guys, we've all got the same fans here. They're all here watching us. Probably shouldn't call any of them retarded. Let's get back on board here. Like, that's the issue, I think.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing that Doomcock was probably more upset with, because him and Gary do streams together and are friends. And I think, he considers to be friends with everybody that was in that stream. And nobody really, kind of stood up or defended him or whatever. And I think that's what he was probably. And again, I haven't spoken to Doomcock. I haven't spoken to Gary. I haven't reached out to them on any of this because really we're not involved, So it's all speculation and opinion.
Well, my Nerdy Home is saying basically hid behind a paywall, bitched, and talked a lot of shit. Did he actually though? Because I'm not saying you're lying. I just don't know. Do you have access to that? Do you know? Because that should have been done in public.
Yeah.
That'd be worth the paywall. I would pay to hear Doomcock just talk shit endlessly on Ryan, and I like Ryan, but this kind of stuff is entertaining. And let's be real here: Doomcock versus Ryan Kinnel is funny, and
I find the whole thing hilarious. Anyway,
it's like, so that's fine. I don't want to discourage that, but what I do want to discourage is denigrating the fans, and that's one thing that. The Comics Gate and Fandom Menace needs
she
to
did actually. Again, sorry to interrupt you there.
No,
Jane, but no, she did actually watch it. She is a member. She did not she, the cat's mother, just phrasing. Wow. So yeah, literally, my assumption is right as per this individual report. Yeah. And that should have been done in public. Like you can't just sit there and sort of rabbit on about that. Well, you can ultimately, but it's a bad look at the end of the day. Air it in public, because then if they're going to do this stream, which Jeremy, decided to sort of, say, hey, look, jump on a stream. Those things need to have been said so people can then defend themselves against it. Like Ryan Kinnell's there, like he's. Doomcock could have defended. Doomcock could have defended himself then anyway. Like it's pretty. You could have done it there and then, but no. All right. Yeah, I don't know. It's it's a comical turn of events, because then what did Doomcock do? Let me have a look.
Well, while you're looking that up, Jeremy made a good point. Jeremy made a good point yesterday where he said, the people that hate us are eating this up. Frickin' Jarbo was doing a stream on it last night. Everybody hates Doomcock, and several other anti Fandom Menace channels. They're all eating this stuff up. So yeah, it's definitely not good for the community.
Yeah, so Doomcock did out a tweet and said, "I just want to say I do not blame Jeremy for any of this. How can you? Like, that's not something you can blame on someone else. That's complete nonsense."
I blame
Jeremy is a good. Jeremy's not, Ryan Kinnell's fucking minder. Like, come on, get real. Right. Jeremy is a good man, and Ryan being his guy, it wasn't his place to say anything. No, it's what? This is their whole. It's playground school. And again, like the title of this video, it's just schoolboy bollocks. Because it's no one's place to say anything, bar the two people and then the moderator of the channel on a whole. Like anyone that was involved in the actual stream specifically can sit there and go, yeah, probably shouldn't have said that. Let's calm down. You're literally insulting everyone's fans here. Yeah, very strange. Very, very strange. And then Doomcock went on a retweeting sort of tirade. Team Doomcock, I stand with you. Don't let these bullies get you down.
Oh my god!
I mean, it's not. But what? It wasn't really bullying. Like, come on.
Yeah, the same thing that a lot of people in our community say. Talking about SJWs and the left and stuff. How they eat each other alive. Now people are saying the same thing about this community. Now they're eating each other alive.
Yeah, I've been saying this for a while actually, because people sit there and I was saying it for a very long time about how studios pandered to the left, and I was like, why are they doing that? They're not consumers, right? But then the more and more I would watch films and do reporting on films and things like that, you'd get people going, well, they haven't released it quick enough, so I'm just going to pirate it. And I'm like, well, you're not a fucking consumer either then. Like, you're literally as bad as the people that I'm sitting here going, well, they're not consumers. You're not a consumer at that point. You're not paying for anything. You're not paying for a product. You've got a right to sit there and complain about a product you haven't paid for. You're getting it for free. All you're doing is wasting your own time, but that's your choice. If you don't value your own time at that point, then, well, fucking who can you blame but yourself? So yeah, you are completely right there. Like, people are now just becoming, a similar, just similar to the people that they claim that they hate so much.
Yeah, lines are being drawn. People are taking sides. People are unsubbing, false flagging, spreading false information on the whole situation. What? Yeah. There's, I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think My Nerdy Home got false flagged yesterday and got her Twitter account suspended.
That's terrible. For what reason?
For what reason?
and don't quote me on this. It could have been somebody else, but I thought it was maybe my nerdy home can clarify in the chat if it was her or not. It might have been somebody else.
I'm sure she'll. Oh, she's still watching. I'm sure she'll jump in. Alessandro Lombardo says, "Still, Kinnel is a loose cannon. Says whatever and gets away with it, and it's fine." Shake my head. But also, no one's had the foresight to then just go, "Well, actually, Ryan Kinnel, you sat there and took, Zack Snyder calling you all a bunch of fucking idiots, like a bitch," and no one's had the foresight to say that to him. Like
that meme has been showing up. That meme has been showing up. There's a lot of imagery of. Yeah. If you're looking for that, it's out there, and people are responding that way. But I mean, ultimately, again, I just want to reiterate: people are saying this is terrible because, both of them share fans. Well, I would advise both of them, specifically Ryan Kinnel, at this point, to apologize to the fans. I don't think he owes Doomcock anything. I don't think he owes him an apology, but he should say, "I'm sorry that I called you all fucking retarded," and that would be smart.
I'll agree with that. Look, like, and then the entire thing of this is that, like, so I started the stream going, do this, not that. That was the sort of whole premise of this stream, because I sat there on Friday and basically said, look, anyone believing, you shouldn't be believing this nonsense. Like, it's so very clearly nonsense. And I sat there for quite a long time. Like, it was a big stream, all about it all. But you don't have to attack someone specifically, and you also don't have to attack their fans very specifically either. So yeah, like what you're saying is basically the same. We're singing from the same hymn sheet here. So at the end of the day, yeah, he probably should go there. Oh yeah, no, sorry. Like, and also, like, he should have had the foresight to realize that he literally has shares a fan base. Like, he would share that fan base. They are one and the same. Like, there would be a big crossover. So he's calling his own fans retarded at that point.
Well, there are people in the chat are saying never apologize. Never apologize to SJWs. You, my lovely fans and chatters in Mr. H Reviews chat, are not SJWs, and you're not fucking retarded. And anybody who calls you fucking retarded owes you an apology, and I think that you should expect one. Those of you who are saying, he doesn't know anyone. Yes, he does. He owes you an apology. You are customers. You are fans. You are the people who keep him, on YouTube. So,
yeah, no, you're right there. It's again, especially if there is a fair amount of crossover. But then, quite rightly so, Gary should have stepped in as well, being a moderator of that whole discussion, that chit-chat. He absolutely should have, should have jumped in there and gone, whoa, calm down, let's sort this out. My Nerdy Home says, when asked about it, Doomcock claimed he had no idea who I was. He follows me on Twitter, just saying. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, yeah. How many people does he follow? 851. See, that's that. I guess that's part of the problem when you follow lots of people. I'm not saying he does or doesn't know who you are, but like, I think I follow, I don't know, fucking a tiny amount of people. I follow 47 people, so I know all the people that I follow. Like, I don't like following lots of people. I don't see the point. Clogs up my feed. It's a pain in the ass, and I fucking hate Twitter anyway. So we've got a third angle here, or a fourth angle here, from Andy Signor of Popcorn
your fans are
Planet.
gonna hate me being here because I got another take.
Well, but there's not just people. These are not just my subscribers. This is the point.
I know,
This will be people from all over the place, because
you
always a reasonable amount of traction.
You always have a reasonable take on things. I was watching. I love everything you guys are saying. But so thanks for having me.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, my take is just like, look, I called Doomcock out a year ago, and I got a lot of flack for it, mocked for it. My buddy Lewis got mocked by Jeremy himself. Your sources are better than my sources. The reality is they are. Like, there's just certain people in the industry. And I'm sure Ethan, you all, Nick, you all know this. Certain people in history actually have sources, and other people don't. And the reality is, I think time has proven, the track record of Doomcock has proven, his sources suck. His sources suck. And I think a lot of people are afraid to say it. And I think because they share the fan bases or they don't want to upset fans, it's not a knock on the fans. It's a knock on the material, which is like, this man is not news. He's entertainment. Watch him. God bless you. I'm not criticizing the fans, but I'm so over people treating him like an overlord. He's just a funny dude in a mask.
He calls himself though.
But this is the point, Andy.
Yeah, too many people are taking it as real, and then it gets picked up into multiple websites and sources.
Exactly.
They put it at the bottom of the article, like, well, this is a little rumor. Like, just because he says it's a rumor, just because he says it's salt, doesn't mean it's okay. Like, you can only peddle salt for so long before you need to vomit and spit it out. And I'm not afraid to say it. I don't give a shit what people or Doomcock's fans think. Guys, he's entertainment. Enjoy him for what he is. Quit being afraid of calling that out. God bless Ryan. He and I have had beefs, but I say I applaud Ryan for having the balls to go off the path. And I'm curious because I saw on that panel, Jeremy, everybody felt nervous as soon as Ryan said it. And like even Nick, you right now, I feel like you don't want to call out Doomcock sources, like because there's a community, right? Who's going to actually admit the fact that he's full of shit more often than he's not?
Well, I've said this. I've said this on stream many times on our channel that we don't buy into everything Doomcock says. There's a lot of stuff that we disagree.
Why do you keep enabling it?
Well, we don't enable it.
That's a fair point there.
So many in the fandom. Jeremy has been the biggest enabler of this guy. And look, if it's like for fun and shits and giggles, great. But it's become too much of a deal. Yeah, everyone's like, I'm Cloud. No, the Cloud Chaser is Doomcock. The dude is literally making shit up. How many times are you going to believe that Kathleen Kennedy's out? How many times are you going to believe George Lucas is buying Star Wars?
It's going to happen eventually, right? I mean, eventually he'll be right about Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, on her own terms.
In 10 years, she'll be gone. He'll say, I predicted this 10 years ago.
Totally true. I told you guys, Overlord correct.
Well, so I think it's important to note, I think it's important to note that at the end of the day, because a lot of people in this chat are going, oh, you're calling Doomcock a liar, etc. No, because I do think he knows what he is. I think he knows that he's an entertainer. And like I said this earlier, like he very clearly by what he dresses like and how he conveys himself, it's a flamboyant persona. And, you know, he's always very, very careful to say, look, it's just a rumor, etc., etc. I think at the end of the day, he is an entertainer. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But what I do think lies in the problem is that when other people then report on it, which is why when I did my stream on Friday, I was like, look, if you report on this, you're fucking your own credibility up. Like, it's laughable at this point. If anyone then reports on these new Batman
I've done that. Like,
you are being an idiot.
I went to Bounding into Comics and I was like just looking for something to talk about on a live stream. And it's like I got halfway into this Star Wars article. It said sourced by Doomcock. And I was like, shit.
You're like,
what have I done?
Forget everything that I just said.
Delete.
Oh my God! Never wing it. You know, always know what you're going to say on these live streams. Yeah, I agree with Andy. I agree 100%. But again, you know, I have no problem with Ryan calling Doomcock out. To me, these are just two different types of entertainers who are in conflict with each other. And I double down on do not call fans retarded. Don't do it.
No, don't.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Especially when they're the same fans. You're sharing the same fans, you absolute idiot. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Some of them are, you know, certainly some of them are. And people, you know, the YouTube, people on YouTube like to see us get together, get along. They like that. You know, it's like that.
Yeah, no, they do,
they're
because
static right now. They go, Doomcock and Ryan are fighting. No, mom and dad, no. And they're having flashbacks from their parents' divorces. It's awful.
But it's also become this whole team this, team that. And again, that's part of the problem is that and that's Ryan Kinnel that actually instigated that, unfortunately, by attacking very specifically fans. He is the one that drew the line in the sand there and said, well, it's the fans' fault. It's the fans here. It's fans that are fucking retarded. And he instigated that as a, you know, as the team this, team versus, rather than just going, hey, look, you know, I think you talk a bunch of bollocks. I think time has proven you to be wrong more than you are right. What do you have to say about that? You know, rather than just going, oh, fan, and whatever, whether it's right or wrong. Oh, the people that believe this clearly retarded. Like, you just don't. It's just not done. Like,
Mr. H, can I ask you a question?
You may. Whether I provide an answer,
I think you will. I think you'll like this question.
Go on.
I gotta wonder if Mike Zero, being a recluse and not interacting with this YouTube community called the Fandom Menace, is largely in his own self-preservation for the very same reason for what Doomcock is going through right now, because they're both the exact same type of YouTuber. And if we had Mike Zero here with his Star Wars news from the future, we would have wrung his neck like a chicken a long time ago. So, maybe it's better that these costumed entertainers with zero information don't really interact with people who are trying their best to sort through the news and find valid leaks that are coming through and try to work out what's going on behind the scenes based on good intuition, and stuff like that. I think it might be better. Doomcock probably
you
shouldn't be
really
mixing it up with us.
You do make a valid point there. Absolutely. But I do think I don't know really, because that doesn't I don't actually watch channels that do similar content to me. I just don't. I watch cars and I watch cooking channels. It only tends to kind of come into my sphere when I'm on Twitter, which I hate. But I would say that by and large, a lot of these individuals that are in the same sphere tend to report on these things. They tend to discuss them. The quartering popped up on my homepage with the Batman rumors, and I was like, fuck me. Just do an ounce of research there, mate, and you'd realize that's clearly nonsense. Come on. So I think it's also in their interest to have him in the sphere in that regard.
Yes.
Because they do report on it to a certain degree. I think again, please do correct me if I'm wrong, 100%. But am I wrong? Do they not report on it? Because if they do, then they are directly benefiting from him being in that sphere, and they would be directly hurting themselves by then calling him out as someone who is illegitimate in terms of his credible sources, right? So at that point, you then have to ask yourself, well, who's got a vested interest in keeping stumm?
Well, we're so desperate for content right now. Is the reality?
It's very slow content-wise.
It's so
slow. You say that.
We need a Doomcock.
No. I don't subscribe to that.
No.
That
but
is
the
completely
Phantom
wrong.
Menace needs
Because
Star Wars stuff.
Okay, maybe, because I completely changed my content recently because I just realized, I looked at it and I was like, I fucking hate this content. I'm sitting here talking about fucking articles. I was like, this is boring. This is dumb shit. I want to get back to what I used to do, which is actually watching movies and actually critiquing movies. I used to watch so many bloody movies on a weekly basis. And obviously we couldn't with COVID, but I fell into this trap. And I think other people have fallen into this trap as well. How can you comment on movies when you don't even fucking watch the current ones that are out there? How? How can you compare? How can you compare anything? How can you sit there and say, well, the industry is like this, when you don't fucking actually watch the stuff which is actually being released currently? You don't know what the industry's like because you don't watch it.
Who are you talking about? Who are you
so many people. So many people.
Movies. Yeah.
There's so many people.
I made a whole movie channel because I wanted to go there, but the problem is YouTube doesn't promote it. Your audience, I guess, is linking over. I because of my drama, they go there. I think that's the problem with a lot of us, because the algorithm, we've reported on some of the shit or anti-Star Wars or whatever it is. When we try to go off the shoot and do an edit or something big, it doesn't always work, and YouTube rewards the drama. And I think right now, Overlord DVD provides a lot of easy clicks and drama for a lot of these channels, quartering included, because he doesn't always check. And he's and I've seen him defending it. And I'm not taking a shot at Jeremy. I watched some of his stuff. I love some of his takes. But at the same time, I think there's just certain days they oh, great. Here, let's just say this is a story. It's a rumor. And I see a lot of people in the comments like, Andy, come on. No, he always says it's rumor. But I got to say it again. You can only offer so much salt before you got to admit this is not a news channel or rumor channel. This is just making shit up channel. And I think
that's what I mean. I think that is. I don't think there's anything wrong with his channel just being entertainment. I think that's fine. But I think maybe it's the disconnect from people believing it, and also maybe how he conveys it. Maybe he needs to be more apparent and clear that no, I'm just having fun here. I'm just having a laugh.
But
I don't know. I don't know.
He literally will tweet out an
entertainment channel.
He will tweet out don't believe the liars, the hater. It's a community he builds, and again, it is what it is. But it's follow the Overlord DVD. Praise Doomcock. It's a whole thing of they don't know, I know.
I do think that's quite funny though. I don't see there's any harm in that.
I thought it was kind of entertaining, but I do also believe there's a lot of people there who are taking it as news, and now they're bounding to comics. Others will now report on him.
That's what I don't like. That's what I don't like, and that's why I get these comments coming through, and I'm like, do I actually have to address this as bollocks? Do I actually have to address this? I think it's so very clearly bollocks. When I see these comments, I'm like, oh my god, really? Come on. Anna, I did actually invite you into the stream, by the way, Anna. Just to let you know, you're probably out and about doing.
No, she's probably at home eating candy.
Yeah. Same page.
Pretty much all he does.
Yeah, we were actually on stream with Bounding into Comics, and they were kind of pushing some of the content that they were putting out in their articles, and me and Coach were actually kind of disagreeing and not really buying into what they were saying, and so we had a back and forth on their channel about it, But at the end of the day, I mean, we're all respectful to each other, and we didn't call them fucking retards or anything,
Precisely, and that goes back to what I said at the start: is you could remove someone's credibility without attacking them directly as a character, attacking their character. I've not said anything nasty about Doomcock here. I've actually been very complimentary. Everything I've said has been complimentary. He's flamboyant. He's an entertainer. He's very successful at it. It's great. He has a place on YouTube. Very complimentary.
Yeah.
You can't
He's
sit
a
here.
cult leader. He is grooming an entire generation of Star Wars incels, an army that he can command. I would be careful. Very dangerous individual, Doomcock. It's right in his name, Doom, and then cock. Like, what a dick. Like, it's all going to happen.
I think somebody said it's like the fact of how he responds now to criticism is, I think, what the biggest problem is. The way he's handling the whole Ryan thing is silly. The way that he almost like pressured Gary from Neurotic to pick a side. Like, there's a lot of weird insecurity and reactions that I think didn't help Doomcock at all. Because the reality is, look, you know what you're doing, just do it. Like, he doesn't go on a lot of other streams of people that he would doubt, that might doubt him. And that, whatever, do what you got to do, man, build your brand. But I do think it's weird to see him out there even acknowledge, just why even address what Ryan said? You know what I mean? Just like ignore it and move on and keep making your videos. It only made it, I think, fanned it out further. And then Ryan made another video. And that's when I was like, well, look, I want to address this because so many people in the Phantom Menace have lifted him up, have given him credibility and reported his stories like it's news. And that's my only beef. The fact that it's like, this isn't news. It's never been news. I've known for a fact it was never news. When he talked about all the rough cuts of Star Wars and there was a George Lucas cut, total bullshit. They didn't have time to do any of that. It's complete bullshit. But he got the leaks right. So because he got the leaks right, he gained
that was from
so
Jedi
much
Paxis
credibility.
On Reddit.
Yeah, and
it was all from Jedi Paxis on.
It wasn't from
Reddit because I did those videos and I was like, it's from Jedi Paxis. People were like, yeah, but Doomcock's report on. So like, no, here's the source. Here's the date. It's Jedi Paxis.
There was a George Lucas cut of Star Wars.
I'm just like,
did he say that?
As a movie nerd, it's frustrated. I'm like, why are we? This is just nonsense.
George Lucas just sitting there running through all the footage he didn't shoot, putting together an edit. Nobody released it. It's not news. Nobody at Lucasfilm bragged about this. Sure, absolutely that could be true.
Yeah,
Released
I actually just
George Lucas edit.
His Batman reporting recently about the movie's going to.
I hate that so much.
He's already starting a negative trend on that. So look, everyone's saying I'm jealous. Whatever, I don't give a shit. But the reality is, that the issue is. It's setting up this weird tone for the reporting, and that's my beef of just like, come on, guys, let's call it out for what it is, which is entertainment to a lot of people. Great, it's not news.
People are asking for world-class bullshitters to get into the stream. I don't follow them; they don't follow me. So, Ethan, you have the link. If you want to send it to them, maybe if they want to jump in here,
I have checked them, so I can do it. Do you want to?
Yeah, people are. I'm happy to have like. Normally, it never works out like stream with anyone because I stream at awkward times for Americans and stuff. We're here. There's actually people here. If people want to jump on, I'm more than happy to have people here.
Yeah, I actually just got a text from somebody watching the stream right now that spoke to Doomcock over the weekend and said Doomcock was very upset over the insult to his fans, not himself.
There you go.
Even more pissed, Gary said nothing. When the fans were attacked.
That's how Ryan talks. I barely watch, but I know that's how he calls everybody that.
But stop though, because also Ryan Kinnel was one of the spineless bitches on the Zack Snyder stream, right? He's a big man on certain things, but he's also a pussy on others, and no one's even called him out for that. Like you can't say one thing but then also do another like that. Again, that looks real bad as well. You're sitting there accepting Zack Snyder, calling all your fans fucking idiots because that's what happened on that thing, right? Basically disrespecting the fans, and then he sits there and then disrespects the fans himself. It's like, what are you doing?
Well, Jeremy told him not to.
Well, we've been over it. I've had a whole stream about all of this.
Yeah.
I know your take. That's what I'm continue on.
I think EVS and Young Ripper kind of called that whole situation out a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So, but again, that goes back to the whole thing of, oh, hey, you know, moderator, like you have to step in here. If your whole brand is for the fans, fuck the studios, you have to jump in there. You have to jump in there. It's
not going to be comfortable.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It's not going to be fun, but you got to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. You really do, because it looks real bad.
I mean, but there's a part of me that just like Ethan laughed about it. Anybody who really believes there's a George Lucas cut, I'm sorry. What are you thinking? I'm not going to call you an idiot, but I mean, it just makes no sense. And
that was definitely a hard pill to swallow.
There are people who would just accept it all, and I think that's who he was referring to. So while I agree the language could have been prettier, I think he has.
Like we really should have a responsibility not to tell absurd lies to the people who are. I can't blame people who don't understand how editing works. You know, they're just ordinary people who are Star Wars fans who are watching YouTube for Star Wars content. The fans are never wrong. If they're getting bad information, they're getting bad information, and maybe they don't know that this source shouldn't be trusted, and we should tell them, which is what's going on right now.
So this is what's important. So Read by Nature says, well, what was Gary supposed to say? People argue on FNT all the time. Jeremy and Az went at it once too. They still stream together. Well, that's not the issue. I'm not saying that he needed to jump in and say, Ryan Kinnel, you're a cunt. What are you doing? But no one's saying that. As a moderator, and again, it goes immediately straight back to the Uche thing. You have to think on your feet here, and you have to differentiate. You have to sit there and go, oh, guys, if you read the chat, you can see what the tone of the chat is. Like, I can see the tone of this chat, right? Like, it's actually all pretty supportive. People are loving this stream. So it's a pretty good tone of the chat. But you can see that if you actually pay attention. And what Gary should have said, and it's not hard. It's not hard. Like, you would know that attacking any fan is not smart. Like, you just know that, especially when it's used. When harsher language is conveyed, it should hit you. Like, language does have it causes a reaction. So if someone says you're fucking retarded, you'd go, oh, let's make a mental note of that and see how this is taken. And you can easily just jump in and go, oh, let's tone it down a little bit. We do share the same fans. Just acknowledge it. It's not a call, and you're not attacking someone at that point. You're not even saying, oh, you shouldn't have said that, all right? You're not being an arsehole. You're just saying, oh, hey guys, I think we do actually share the same fans here. You probably shouldn't be doing that. It's not hard. I don't understand why people use this as an excuse. What are they supposed to say? Well, any number of things. Literally, like any number of things they could say. There's so many things people can say. Like, that's not an excuse to sit there and go, well, what were they supposed to say? Like, I'm not asking them to have a fight. Again, exactly the same thing on the Uche stream. I never once sat there and said, yeah, Uche should have called him out. No, you sit there and you moderate. You steer the chat in a certain direction. You acknowledge and you move. You have to think on your feet. You're a presenter. Especially if you're a host, you sit there and you go, oh, I think what he meant to say was this, or oh, I think what he meant to say was that. Like, it's not. Come on. There's many number of things.
Kind of clarification there, at least.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just step in. You can do it in a really smart way. You can jump in and go, that sounded really harsh there, Ryan. And that's a nudge, wink moment for Ryan and Gary, basically saying, mate, that's pretty fucking bad. You just said that.
I don't think.
What did you actually mean by that? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a way to steer it in the best direction. It's not.
Because people spun that whole thing and started interpreting it for something different than what it was. Then Ryan had to come out a day later and do a whole live stream himself just to clarify it when it could have just been clarified in the moment.
Precisely. Which is like, because this chat's moving very fast. I did try to put it in slow mode, by the way.
Which the clarification was just that he wasn't attacking Doomcock's fans. He was just attacking. He was just calling people that was taking what Doomcock was saying is factual, real,
correct
truth. And that's who he was referring to.
That Star Wars girl says, I've been in this situation before. There's a way to handle it. Absolutely, there is a way. I get idiots drop into my streams all the time, right? And they try to mess up the. Oh,
I was just gonna say, Nana just got drug into the whole debacle with Tom and Mecca and all that sort of stuff, when she really didn't even have an involvement in all that. So yeah, she's dealt with that stuff many a times for sure.
Yeah. There are absolutely ways to handle it. Here we go. We've got Jeff here.
What's going on, Jeff?
What's up,
Sorry,
dude?
did it work?
It works.
What are you out eating cheeseburgers?
Say what? Sorry.
Are you out eating cheeseburgers somewhere?
Nachos, actually, because the world opened up. Sorry to... Is it too noisy? I can go inside.
No, you sound all right. The noise
No,
cancellation's working pretty well, to be fair.
Oh,
dude.
okay. Well, thanks for having me on, guys.
You're more than
interesting
welcome.
topic. How you guys doing over there? Ethan, what's up?
How you doing, Jeff? You're like our weather reporter, our remote man on the spot there.
Yeah,
How
I'm taking
is
a page out
Star
of your
Wars
book.
out on the street right now?
Looks
How's it
a
going?
little overcast there.
Yeah, it's cloudy as hell, so...
It rains.
Yeah, it rained. It's pretty cold, but... Yeah. So, yeah, this is a crazy situation. This is something... Andy, I've been listening to you talk about this topic with these rumors, and it's about time because it has affected all of our YouTube channels because everyone has been convinced that this non-news is the news and nobody can tell the difference. So everything's just about these fake news and rumors. 2020, we didn't grow as a community. We just stayed because there was nothing to talk about. So stuff was just made up.
Yeah, I think he's a detriment to the Phantom Menace, to be perfectly honest, because I know a lot of people who complain and say, "Oh, I'm so sick of all the rumors and bullshit that never comes true." I don't know. At a certain point, you got to start acknowledging these aren't stories; these are just. Yeah, and everyone keeps saying, "Well, it's rumors." He says it's rumors, but do you guys go to a site that only tells you rumors as if it's news and they're never proved true? I mean, at what point do people finally go, "All right, I've had enough of this. This is clearly not something I should digest"?
Well, the thing is, like, the way Ryan handled it, you never talk shit about the audience. That's just dumb. But now, it's like, I understand that he was angry and stuff, but you don't disrespect the audience. But I think lying to the audience is just as disrespectful. And it's something that hurts your audience because you're willingly doing something to go against your audience. If it's all in the sake of entertainment, cool, I'm all about it. But, like, there's got to be a line somewhere.
How is it entertaining anyway to tell people lies? You know what I mean? Like, again, it's like, I'm here to be lied to. I'm here to get an earful of bullshit.
It's how it's presented. It is that.
Nothing's whispered in my ear. Sorry to remember the peanut gallery, but for me, it's frustrating having to, as a smaller channel, I stopped making videos about a lot of this stuff because I would make a video and then everyone would tell me I was wrong or an idiot because Doomcock said something different. And I had to spend all this time trying to fight these idiotic rumors that weren't even real. So,
Hey, Jesse.
hi, everybody.
We didn't know you were there.
Sorry.
I was like, I was
Just a
about to say, you know who's
disembodied
even
voice.
worse than Doomcock? Jesse Milestone. We got to put us after Jesse Milestone.
Hi, guys. Are you doing my camera?
No.
Okay, good. I was like,
You're
thank God.
drinking. Never mind.
Thank God.
But I think it's important to note that the response on Twitter, because people have been sharing this. This is why so many people are here. And lots of people have just been going, yep, mass unsubbing, this, that. You know, people are quoting things. Someone called Velned. And again, it's this very specific point. If your whole brand is for the fans, fuck the studios, you have to jump in. And then quote to you, Ethan, as well. Not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be fun, but you've got to do it. You really do, because it looks real bad. I think that's the crux of the matter, isn't it? You can't sit there and be absolutely fine just shitting on all of the fans while that is your brand to lift the fans up. Like, it's just, what? That's when you start to look a bit like you're probably doing it for show rather than actually, sincerity, I guess.
He wasn't shitting on all the fans, though. That's where it's weirdly, and that's what Doomcock's trying to spin it to. Which I know. But stop, because it's not just that. Remember, again, it's that third party. It's the moderator. Gary should have stepped in. Sure,
it's that's the point. Okay. Gary should have stepped in and gone, "What are you doing here? Let's sort this out." Right? Clarify.
Did the fans in the comment were they like pissed off after it happened? I didn't see it live, and I wonder, was it a big deal in the moment, or was it sort of an off the cuff line that they typically do on those streams? You know what I mean? Feels like it became a bigger deal after the stream. In which case, Doomcock was told by fans, "Oh my God, Ryan talked shit about you," is what I imagine happened.
I didn't read the chat. I'm not sure how the chat was reacting in that moment.
In the moment, if I watched it, in the moment, he's just calling out anybody who really believes everything he's saying is fact. That's who he was calling out. And honestly, I don't think he's wrong because you're just not being a smart person if you are allowing every word he tells you to be facts. And it doesn't just go to Doomcock. It's any celebrity you look up to. None of us are right 100% of the time, obviously, but to assume that he is 100% of the time is a problem. And then we're all sort of joking and acknowledging. Even Jeremy, yeah, do I believe?
But the other part is that Doomcock is stoking this fire, right? On his Twitter 3 hours ago. Update. I'm optimistic that Gary and I will put the band back together. We are going to talk soon. As for Ryan, I did nothing to him whatsoever. So there's really nothing to talk about. If he apologizes for what he said about me and my fans, so he is stoking this flame, I will accept his apology and move on. As I said, I've spoken my piece and will have nothing else to add unless more shade is thrown at me. And again, I have nothing but affection and respect for Jeremy and Geeks and Gamers. My only issue is Ryan's unprovoked attack, and I will leave it there. So he is saying it's an attack on my fans. So, that is what he's saying. That is the narrative that is being played out here, which is again precisely why. Because my nerdy home was saying that she was on that stream, and that is what he was saying. He was bitching about it all and stuff like this. And if that's the thing that he's doing in private, again, like he's stoking this whole team mentality of this, that, blah, blah, blah.
Down. It really is. I mean, Jim Jones did the same thing. Went under attack by senators. We had congressmen go down and visit him in Guyana, and said, "Hey, what the hell are you doing?" And before too long, he killed everyone. So I'm not saying Doomcock is going to kill all of his fans. I'm not saying that.
But you're not wrong with the parallels you're drawing. And that's why I don't necessarily agree with Andy that you can fault the fans and say, oh, well, they are dumb to believe this. Because you have someone who is purposefully, skillfully, willfully misleading people. That's the whole stay angry thing. Oh, if I tell you to stay angry, great. What are you angry about today? I've already told you to stay angry. I'll give you something to be angry about. Today you're angry about clouds. Today you're angry about porcupines. It doesn't matter. You're going to stay angry because I effing told you to. And then it doesn't matter what lies you feed them. So at some point, yeah, it sucks that they all got called fucking retards, but at the end of the day, at some point, Doomcock has to take responsibility for making his fans look like effing retards by the way.
You have a very valid point there. You do actually have a very valid point, and that goes some way to what I was saying earlier with respect to I've watched him and I've gone, oh yeah, he's very clearly an entertainer. Like I'm not going to watch him anymore. Like I don't sit on YouTube to watch entertainment channels. I don't care, but that's what I got from him. He's very clearly an entertainer. He's sat there in a mask, costume, and he's got, a whole set piece there. It's great. Like it works, and he's very successful with it. And he has that, and that is successful. But he probably should clarify a little bit more that is what he is. And I guess that's kind of what you're saying there, isn't it? That's the point you're trying to make.
Yes, was that the point you're trying to make?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I appreciate the invite. I don't want to be rude and be like, hey, let me make a bunch of noise. Sorry, Mr. H.
No, you're more than welcome. Again, as a moderator, I'll step in as and when.
It does make his fans look idiotic. I think that would have been a better way to say it.
Well, a lot of the people that I've seen on my Facebook posts and on Twitter and stuff have been basically dismissing these rumors for a long time. A lot of the smaller channels that haven't really blown up yet, they don't really follow that rumor mill. There is a portion of the some channels that kind of run with those as fact and push them on other channels, but there's a lot of newer people coming up that just see through all this stuff. And this was just a kind of an eventuality, if you ask me, because the audience they're like, really, really, really. I mean, the other night on the show, we were reading something. I was like, oh, really, Batman? They're going to cancel this? There's no way. COVID's over, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like right in the middle of the article. I was like, oh, and I didn't even say his name on air. I just stopped mid-sentence because I'm like, oh, nope, don't want to associate myself with that.
Yep. Yep.
Is it intentional? Is Doomcock a spy? Is he a provocateur? Is he from the other side? He could possibly be. Maybe he works directly for Kathleen Kennedy to make the Phantom Menace look stupid.
Well, Jeremy would be the one to ask because I think Jeremy's the only one that knows who he actually is and has seen his face. And
yeah,
that's very interesting, Jeremy Griggs. Come on in here, Jeremy Griggs. Come answer for yourself.
Well, I was going to say, I have something. The breaking news, by the way. Kathleen Kennedy has been fired, Mr. H.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Here she is once again. Breaking news: she's fired because she's on set of Indiana Jones 5 right now
In the UK.
She must be fired again, guys. You know, because someone who's on the chopping block would clearly be on the set
In Yorkshire.
Reprising her role as a dancer from the Temple of Doom. That's all it is.
Here is Harrison Ford scolding her for being a bitch. I'm sure is what the story is. But there you go.
Oh, dear.
Take it with a grain of salt, guys. Take it with a grain of salt.
Doomcock, is that you?
Oh, good God. Good God. Yeah, so I mean, like, it's a real bad look. The whole thing looks dumb. It looks dumb on the entire fandom menace as well. Like, anyone associating and allowing that to pass, or even, you know, stoking those kind of flames of going, yep, you know, sort of he said, she said stuff. Like Doomcock, for instance, is absolutely part to blame for this. Like, his Twitter is just fanning this flame as Ryan said this and Ryan said that, and the fans of this and the fans of that. Oh, I'm going to take time out, and oh, he's hurt my fans. It's like, come on. It's
a smart move, right? Because there's now doubt on his legitimacy. So what do you do to try and combat that? Oh, well,
there's now
exactly what it is.
Now.
Right? There's a crack in the Doomcock helmet. I think he's seeing a weakness, and he's realizing, oh shit, there are people who are friends of my friends who are starting to doubt me. How do I do this? Well, I have to activate my fan base, and they're against us. Is what I think is what's happening right now.
It reminds me so much of what Idi Amin did, you know, I think it's inevitable at this point that Doomcock will probably decapitate a few of his enemies, maybe Ryan, and will yell at their severed heads on his dinner table. We've seen this before. Ignore history at your peril, Andy.
He never talks about it. He'll never go on a stream to like confront this issue because he knows he can't win it.
But again, I think this is important, is that there are people who are not actively debunking these things enough, and especially the individuals that were on that stream specifically.
And nobody wants to upset the fans and lose that audience, those clicks, that revenue. That's the real issue here. It's like Gary, Jeremy, the
thing is, you can ruin some. You can discuss someone's credibility without attacking their characters. Not hard. I've done it. I've done it with Doomcock a good few times, and I've not seen any response videos. Yeah, sure, you might think I'm a cock, but I mean, sorry, like, it is what it is. Like, I will never attack. I'm not going to attack your character, but I'm happy to sit there and go, yeah, no, you're absolutely wrong on this. I can say it with the 100% certainty, and we will find out in 1 week's time.
Well, Mr. H, some of us have tried to make videos like that, and we're met with pushback from other content creators.
So, pray tell, what videos did you try to make, and who pushed back?
I'm not gonna drop names, but I put out a video in January that called out a bunch of, well, excuse the noise, that called out a bunch of bullshit about this internal war and all this other stuff, and I said, you're not gonna print lies in a book, and everyone's like, you would. And anyway, I got told I shouldn't have made this video, and all these things happened because they go against those rumors. And so that's the type of shit that's been going on. Like, there are people making videos. My video is still live. It's not private or hidden. But there are people out there that are trying to be like, this stuff doesn't make sense. You're going to it's all about wish fulfillment. And I get it. The audience, we're part of the audience too. We wish Star Wars was good. I wish it was. If I could snap my fingers and fix it, who wouldn't? But the point is, we can't do those things. So it's really a pointless endeavor to sit and try to lie and say it's going to happen just because it feels good. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about the whole Batman thing. Like, the whole Batman thing is bollocks. Like, it's 100% fresh out the arse bollocks, cow shit. It's the biggest pile of crap I've heard in a long time. You know, Warner Media doesn't sign Robert Pattinson as a first look deal producer across all the platforms when they're like, oh, we hate him. He's a scumbag. Oh, we don't like him. Like, come on. Like, it's just such clear nonsense. It's such clear nonsense.
I haven't heard these Batman rumors. What's
have you not? No, mate, so funny. Like, Robert Pattinson. This is the real, and this is what I said on Friday. Is people are like, Robert Pattinson's a soy boy, but he's disrespecting the entire Batman set production because he had sex with Zoe Kravitz on the Batmobile.
Good
Mate,
for him. Really? Did he?
Yeah.
Exactly. Give him a high five, mate.
Wow.
Give him a fucking high five. That's not soy
Yeah.
boy. That's legendary.
That is.
And they're like,
That's
oh,
Batman right
he
there.
made Zoe Kravitz pregnant. Like,
Well, he was imagining that she was Lenny Kravitz, and that was the.
that's where the soy came in.
Yeah.
But all of this stuff is just like, that's clearly
Yeah, I wanna
bollocks.
give
Like,
him a
that is like EastEnders, which is a soap opera show in the UK. That's like EastEnders level crap. But the thing is that people are so ready to hate on Robert Pattinson as a person rather than him as an actor, because he's actually a really good actor. If you fucking watch stuff, you realize he's a good actor rather than just go Twilight. No, watch things he's in. He's a very good actor. You can say that he's not right for Batman, but then the nonsense rumors of, oh, he shagged Zoe Kravitz on the Batmobile. So what if he did? That stuff's epic. Give the man a high five. If you think that Robert Pattinson is a soy boy for having sex with Zoe Kravitz on the Batmobile, you're a fucking incel, mate. If you hear that news and you go, oh, he's a soy boy, you're an incel. You're not getting laid. You're not getting your dick wet. You're an idiot, right? People that very clearly get laid and like, you're going to go, nah, mate, like, that's legendary. Like, on the Batmobile? Yeah, man, that's cool. Like,
That sounds like something I would have done if I was on set.
Exactly, it's cool. But again, it's this same nonsense narrative that people are just so ready to push. But that's half of it. And then the fact that he's like, oh yeah, no, I'm people were also saying that he's storming off set and Matt Reeves hates him and this movie's gonna bloat to $400 million and all of this stuff. It's like, oh my god, come on. Like, why are you so ready to believe this? Oh, they Warner Brothers executives hate him. Matt Reeves got in a massive shouting match with Warner Brothers executives. Did they? Who's the source then?
Thank you.
Because apparently Doomcock's source saw it all. So who the fuck's the source? Is it a Warner Brothers executive? Who was the source that sat there and watched Matt Reeves watching them, catching them,
fly on the
getting,
wall.
Robert Pattinson fucking Zoe Kravitz? Who's that source? Who's this weird? Like, is it Ditto, the Pokemon, just popping up from the ground, going, "Oh, see that? Oh yeah, pop back down." Like, who the fuck is it, mate? Because no source is going to be seeing it all. Like, come on.
AI Batmobile, like Kit.
I like it.
Reporting on
That's
the
a good,
scene.
yeah, good.
Look, I get not giving sources. Like, I can't. There's certain sources you can't give because they work on the film or they're in the film, right?
They're imaginary.
I understand, but the problem is, in order to then build it, you have to have a credibility and like a track record of like, oh, well, see all these ones that prove true, and then you can earn like, okay, cool, yeah, he's got legit sources. But I would challenge Doomcock's fans to prove the legitimacy. I mean, aside from the leaks, which were not from him, like what are the things that really prove true? What is the percentage of correct? I think is what the problem is there, and too many sources are citing him like it's fact, and that's the problem.
Just to clarify, because someone's trying to apparently stir up some shit between me and my nerdy home on Twitter. Says, do you notice how Missed H Reviews isn't reading all your comments on the stream?
He's got a
No,
lot.
mate. Like, fucking, are you blind? There's
like, can't see
1,300 people here. I can't read everyone's comments. I'm highlighting them. I can't read. What? Come on. What is this? This is this playground bollocks. Have a bit of fucking logical sense behind you. There's 1,300 people here. I can't read out every one of her comments. And also, it would be unfair to everyone else here. So I highlight them. And then if I see something else that's interesting, I'll fucking read it out or highlight that. Come on. Fuck me.
What would you call those fans?
Which, again, this just this weird. Anyway, whatever. I just thought I had to say that because they're both clearly watching this, and just like, come on, like, nonsense.
I mean, there's definitely people out there that just want to fuel the flames, fuel the fire, get
EVS
stuff
put his hand up,
going.
that's it.
Yes, EVS.
That's me. No, you're describing me. I'm saying,
okay.
That's me. I'm here to fuel this fire. And I'd like to just say that the last time I saw anything like the way Doomcock is behaving, Pol Pot, Cambodia, 1978. I honestly, millions of people died. Doomcock, when are you going to stop?
Is this it? Are you laying your Are you laying the stake in the ground? You're like, what's going on? When are you going to stop?
Please stop before millions of people are dead. When will you stop?
No, but it's a valid point, isn't it? Like, when is everyone? I guess so. Gary and all the rest of the fandom menace included. When are people going to actually say, "Hey, this is a detriment to us now"? Actually, rather than because that's the point is no one's calling it out because people use that for content as well. So there is a vested interest in not calling it out, and that's bad. That's real bad. And then they should. Yeah, I don't know.
I gave up after Zack Snyder. A part of me died after that Zack Snyder incident. You know, when I was yelling on my live stream, I was more angry, I think, and disappointed than I've ever been. I feel like
that Zack Snyder thing was just fucking on.
Well,
I couldn't believe that.
Your video was great. Your video was really good.
It's behind a paywall now, so no one can see it, sadly. When people ask for it, I'm like, I direct them to the world class bullshit stream.
Your stream with Uche also, the stream with Uche was fire too. My God.
That's the one I'm
Okay.
Yeah,
the
Uche one.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like, look, either you're serious about this or you're not. You know, it's like I thought I was around a lot of people who were serious about, you know, criticizing what's going on in Hollywood, holding SJW feet to the fire. YouTubers need to constantly be informing people about what's going on, why these things are happening. And when you have an opportunity to face down one of these cucks in Hollywood, you need to actually stand up for yourself and stand up for the people who you represent, the disenfranchised fans. I'm sad that we've lost focus on that. And, you know, I don't know what the fandom menace could ever be for if it weren't at least for that. And so, yeah, I mean, I just watched this stuff go down and I'm like, these are people who I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what their purpose is.
But again, like it goes down to, that's what I was kind of saying on the Uche stream was what's the purpose of that charity stream at that point? Because if it's for charity, should have stepped in. If it's for promotion, i.e. Zach, then, you know, obviously your hands are tied. You didn't want to say anything. But that's why you probably shouldn't be, you know, behind the veil of charity at that point. And then it's going down to where the interests lie. And people's actions reveal a lot on terms of where people's interests lie and what people... how they handle certain situations and how they act moving forwards. So
yeah, Jeremy's actually come out and said he's done with the whole charity thing. You know, after all that, you know, doing publicly events, raising money for charity and stuff. He just doesn't want to deal with it because regardless whether he does it or not, you know, there's, you know, people are going to attack him regardless, anyways.
So, Ethan, do you think going back to the way things were before is the right way, or should we push forward and create a new identity for what we do?
I don't know. I mean,
that's
I'm
an interesting
deeply,
question.
Yeah, I'm deeply involved in comics.
Things were so nice when we were all hanging out in Chicago together.
Well, it's really, Nick, it's really easy to get back to that. I mean, It's just common sense will prevail. And the thing is, it's like there's no battle lines. There's no problems with anybody. It's just like, we all... operated individually and stuff. Let's just go back to the way things were. It was a lot more fun and interesting for the audience too. Dude, Ethan, that's not even about like trying to get the band back together. People are always talking about the way the High Council used to be because of just the way everything used to be, and people miss that. And there's still a huge audience for it. They're hungry for it. I think it's our time to give it back to them again because it's been a year of nothing. Things are opening back up. I think people will realize, the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all for that, 100%.
Yeah, I'd say that's sort of a pretty valid line to approach. But I also think, like, if you look at what everyone makes content-wise, it's all the bloody same as well. Like, it's boring. Everyone is making exactly the same content. How boring is that?
Well, excuse the noise again, but it's really homogenized, and it makes it uninteresting to even want to produce content. Because if everything's The Last of Us 2 for 5 years, it's... Hold on, sorry.
It's fine.
No, but you're right. As an audience member, too, like, I heard earlier in the stream how you said you don't watch a lot of people in your sphere's content. I don't
watch any. I watch car channels and I watch cooking channels. I love a cooking channel. I absolutely love it. Because you can't watch people... I only find this stuff through Twitter. Like that's how it gets onto my sphere. People like stuff, so it comes up with the script doctor liked this or something like that. That's how the whole weird situation between me and Cameron Pasha happened, because he liked a nonsense tweet from Cameron Pasha, and I was like, that doesn't sound very peaceful, mate. And then I got blocked by Art for asking 2 questions. What a closed-minded fool. But anyway, but yeah, no, like I just can't be bothered, because if you watch this stuff, you will subconsciously pick up these points that other people are making, and I think that's bad. Like, especially if people come to watch you, right? You know, I used to have Midnight's Edge come on, Andre come on my channel every Monday, but it just became my channel just became a subsidiary of Midnight's Edge at that point. I don't want that. You know, people come here for me at the end of the day. I want it to be me. You can all be friends and stuff like that, but you still have to disassociate yourself somewhere along the line, so you have fans that like you as a personality. I think that's important.
Mr. H, it sounds like you and I have had some similarities in our experiences.
Do tell.
No, just exactly that. I mean,
leave it on a cliffhanger.
With the show about the High Council, it became just the rumor mill. Let's wait and let's talk about this source and this source, and it got boring as shit. Look, if you want that content, go to anybody that produces it. But like, we've always been this weird little haven of like fun, but relevancy, but this, but that. I mean, sometimes we're talking about poignant topics in entertainment, and pop culture. Some weeks Ethan's talking about pooping in a pool, but that's the beauty of the show. It's always been its own identity. It became monotonous in the rumor mill, and it just became boring to produce the show too. It wasn't like I'm sitting there going, oh man, the people are hooked, they love the topics. It's, this fucking sucks. The audience likes some of it. Yeah. So, I'm not here to like try to continue the everything drama, but like it's really refreshing to know that other YouTubers and a lot of the audience is in the same mindset, because it's just so hard to find a desire to make anything for YouTube when it's just a bunch of homogenous shit. It's like, great, everybody's talking about the same thing. Yeah, you could take a different approach, but it's so boring. Why do I want to cover it at all? You know?
Yeah.
Or if you take the different approach, you have 5 people telling you that's the wrong.
Or if you take the other apprach to it, or try to take it with a level head,
because everyone else is reporting the contrary or something like that.
Yeah, and it used to be nobody ever questioned. Oh, you made this video? You shouldn't have. It used to be Ethan, Jeremy, and I in the back going, oh, this was so great. This happened. This happened. That's all the way it was regulated. Back in the day, it was always, hey, you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing. I'll see you here at 9 o'clock on Tuesday. Other people started putting fingers in pies, and there was this whole bunch of bullshit about, oh, let me tell you what to talk about on your show, and let's talk about this on this show, and let's control it all. And it got stupid, and it got dumb, and it got pointless. And I'm so glad that it's over, because it was just a fucking dark year across the board.
Yeah. So we will have to get to some super chats, because we're all here. I'm afraid I've been very, very lax on super chats. I'm normally much better than this. So we'll get to some bits and pieces. So Marshmallow for £5 says, I'd just like to point out that Santa Claus is in the chat. That is all. Carry on. That was much, much earlier. There's a guy with an awesome name, Santa Claus. Taker 610 for $2 says, rumors get old after a while. Ask Mike Zero. Snatch Face the Fool says, thank you for making me laugh at this crap. Finbar White said, I've actually read that one out. Marshmallow for £5 again. Mr. H is making an excellent point. And for content creators, it's a learning point of what to do and what not to do. It's civil and mature, which I think was in reference to the whole just step in, or, you can attack someone's credibility without attacking their character, which is really the take home from all of this. Paul Wolf Lee says, busting chops is fine if the other one is there. So that's about, Doomcock saying things completely privately. Just say it publicly, because the whole, people should respond.
It's out in the public at this point.
Well, yeah, exactly. It started in public, like at least finish it in public. Conjob says, kind of proud you're talking the truth, sir. Interesting. That's bad when that's something to be proud of, when that's something to be pointed out. I mean, obviously, I appreciate the super chat, but that shouldn't really. The fact that someone's just pointed, but that goes to what you were saying, Jeff, is that no one really, and Andy and everyone else, no one calls this stuff out. Why wouldn't you call this stuff out? Why wouldn't you say that?
There's like you said, there's content to be made, and like I'll tell you, there's the other side that's like, you should just cover it. Like so.
Yeah. Roger H did a thumbs up super sticker. That was the Echo. It was your Echo based network super chat there. 100% agree. It should be done publicly at this point. but should have been handled privately before it was brought out publicly, which, yeah, I completely agree with that. Taker says, not just Ryan, Gary and Az have been kind of joking about these Kathleen Kennedy rumors for a while now. It's not to target Doomcock, but they get tired. But again, you shouldn't... adding that sort of joke about it rather than sort of getting to the point of, no, it's very clearly nonsense. That doesn't help the situation either. Roger H, loving the stream. Morbid Fury, popcorn. Loads of people loving the popcorn emoji today, so that's good. Loads of people loving this stream, so thank you everyone that chose to join in for the stream, and thank you to everyone, panelists that decided to drop in randomly on the fly. Thank you very much for
having us.
Dropping in, and a pleasure to meet the majority of you all for the first time as well.
It's fun. Thank you.
Valiant Renegade says, Hell Mr. H, Nick EVS. Yes, what a sad weekend for the fans. The Friday Night Tights comments were in poor taste. Doomcock felt most hurt by Gary not saying anything. Inquisition was made private so chat wouldn't get nasty. But then he's saying things publicly, which makes people be nasty. So you're doing something wrong there anyway, right? Like that you're part of the problem at that point. Elizabeth Lyons, I'm so happy for this. Yay, love Mr. H and Uncle Ethan. 200 Watt Studio did 2 super chats, says EVS stands up when a pie is on the top shelf. If only the person who was running the stream had stood up for the fans. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Gary should have stood up for the fans.
Look, EVS is eating pie right now.
That's it. What flavor? What flavor, good sir? You're letting everyone
cheeseburger
down.
pie.
That's the best.
The FTM22 says, giving you a super chat just because you are willing to have a live stream like this. Love being in a room with adults. Good, nice. Appreciate that. Rob, Mr. H, you're absolutely right. This whole thing is stupid. Ryan shouldn't have said what was said. And I love Gary, but he should have checked him on it. This needs to be settled right now. Act like a grown man. Yeah, there's lots of ways that could have mitigated this whole circumstance, to be honest. And it always goes back to that whole thing of you are people that are, hey, for the fans, fuck the studio. Like that's if that is your brand, you can't let that slip. Like you just can't. It looks real bad. Looks terrible. There's loads of super chats today, guys. This week's Weekly World News said EVS marries Baker's Square CCO for access to pie inventory. That's from Turgerbot Studio. Harsner says, Comic Artist Pro Secrets, cheers. You were the one alerting me to the Fandom Menace. I found Doomcock through you, an Echo-based network through Doomcock. Cheers to Jarl. So that's lovely.
Can I say something just possibly mildly controversial just regarding Ryan, since, I know he had some pretty absolutist things to say about fans, and I know it was touched on earlier.
Sorry.
I just want to throw my hat into the ring, saying that if you are still a Zack Snyder fan if you are a part of the Geeks and Gamers camp and still a Zack Snyder fan after the shit he pulled, you are a fucking retard. And I said that many, many times behind closed doors to many, many people. So it is hilariously hypocritical for me to hear somebody in that camp want to call other fans those names, want to make so many excuses for the reasons they continue to simp for people who shit all over them, but then think it is okay and acceptable to blame other fans and other fandoms for believing equally retarded shit.
So are you referencing Ryan here? What's
just a little bit. Just a bit.
Just a little.
No, that's the first. So I guess you're referencing the fact that when he jumped on the stream, he literally said nothing at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's so. There's a spinelessness, there's a continued.
That is literally what I said. You do know that.
What?
For somebody
that is literally what I said. I did. That's how the whole Uche debate happened, because I called them all spineless.
Oh yeah. By the way, Mr. H, I have a listener who will not let the bathrobe thing go. He thinks it's the most hilarious thing ever.
It was hilarious because I'm there. It's like 1 a.m. and I'm like, mate, I don't want to put I messaged him. I was like, I'm getting out of bed for this. I was like, I'm getting out of bed. Happy to get out of bed. Happy to talk to you. And he's like, put the camera on. I'm like, I am in a dressing gown, mate. Like, people don't want to see me half naked. Come on, bro. And he just wouldn't let it drop. And I was like, mate. And then I put it on, and he was like, you're in a dressing gown. I'm like, I've been saying that for like 10 minutes.
My listener is ready to start a dressing gown business in your name.
Please do.
Hilarious.
Please do. I'd love it.
No, it's wonderful. Sorry, there's somebody. There's LA things happening out here. No, but yeah. So, and there's like that chain of spinelessness and lack of accountability that everyone's kind of touching on, which I think is really poignant. Where it's like, at the end of the day, there are a lot of people very attached to a lot of these issues that are happening who want to just very conveniently say, oh, I have nothing to do with this. But it's like, you hosted these incidences, you hosted these events, you hosted the people who caused them or were part of them. At what point are you no longer able to say, well, I have nothing to do with this, has nothing to do with me? At what point do you have a responsibility as, say, a pillar in the community, a voice, as somebody the fans do trust? At what point do other people have a responsibility to step in and police their puppies, or make a statement one way or the other about, or just let their fans know how they feel, And I don't want to name names to put anyone on blast, but
no, you should. You should name names. Like there's no issue with that. I think like we can all be adults about stuff. Like people do dumb shit. They do have to have a note of it. It's a learning curve. It's like when I called Uche and everyone else spineless fucks. Like you do like it's a learning curve. You have to experience it from someone. It's not nice, but it has to be done.
Sorry, traffic's a bitch out here.
It's all good.
All right, well, and I'd like to, before I say anything, I just would like to say, if anything I say is me, Mindless Entertainment, Jesse Milestone, representative, me, nothing to do with anybody else. Or
you shouldn't even have to do that. Come on, we're all adults.
I do.
We can have this conversation without it.
I do have to do that, because I'm here on Jeff's, next to Jeff, near him, with him, and friends to a lot of other people who are going to, misinterpret, who are going to make those, to make those decisions. But no, I do have a problem with how silent Gary has been in all of this. I think that we all knew him. Doomcock rode to fame on Gary's coattails, and now Gary hosts a show where Doomcock is regularly lampooned and made fun of, quietly, not named by name, and he's just totally okay with that and fine and rolling over for it. And that's totally cool. And Mecca wanted to try to drag his name into a lot of drama that really wasn't his business, which is fine. But I still want to know why Gary all of a sudden unfollowed me on Twitter the day all of that stuff dropped. So there are things that are happening. There are things that people are doing behind closed doors. People who want to act like they're above it all. People who want to act like they're not involved, like they're not doing anything, but they are. They are doing many things. They're talking to many people. They're just doing it shadily behind closed doors and thinking that there's no accountability for them and that no one is ever going to notice or call them out on the bullshit that they're pulling. That's all.
But see, this is important, right? And I've highlighted this comment from Felicity Poubelle because I think what you're saying and what everyone else has been saying is perfectly represented here by Felicity Poubelle, who has unsubscribed from all of those people, right? Like she doesn't involve herself with those people. And I remember Felicity Poubelle, she dropped into one of my streams and said, like, what are you about? Like before I, choose to watch you and become a member, because I'm fairly certain she asked this. I'm not trying to call you out, Felicity. I'm not trying to use this as a highlighting point. This is someone who's disenfranchised. This was a former fan of the fandom menace, in quotation marks, whatever you want to call it, and has chose to distance themselves from it. And it's by actions like what you're referencing and what's been done publicly and things like this that is very clear to individuals that watch those channels to go, yeah, no, I'm not interested now, actually. Fuck this. And Felicity Poubelle here saying, don't call yourself the fandom menace and support denigrating fans, period. If you supported DC before, support them now. If you had a problem with DC, you should have called it out before.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. Like, called it out. You don't necessarily have to go around calling out everyone you have a problem with, but
I think you should call out the lies, or at the very least, not report on it and support it.
Absolutely,
that's showing 100%. That vested interest.
If you have reported, parroted, or even rolled over for the lies, because there are a lot of people, when they're confronted with the lies on a stream, will stand their ground and kind of be like, no. And there are other people who will just sort of go, okay, I guess we're accepting this as the truth now. And there's a very distinct difference.
Because if you respect the fans that you have, you probably shouldn't be, reporting on those things by going, this is 100.
And you probably shouldn't also be telling them that a comet is coming, like Marshall Applewhite did. Heaven's Gate. The guy orchestrated a mass suicide in conjunction with a comet and a weird space fantasy. We don't need to have that happen here, not in the fandom menace. And if there's anything we can do to stop it, we need to begin right now to put a stop to these cults and mass suicides. Thank you. Not throwing shade either, Doomcock.
Ethan, I'm glad you're looking out for our well-being.
Oh, dear.
You love
He
My
does.
first stream with Andy, and look at my behavior. This is the worst. I'm
You're
so
just
sorry.
starstruck.
You've been on a
PBS.
stream with me
That's
before.
what it is, man. You're starstruck.
He doesn't even remember. He's so big. He doesn't even remember.
Also, hi, Andy.
Hey, Jesse.
It's good to see you.
Always good to talk to you. But good for
I
you
guess, yeah.
speaking the truth. Jesse, people are asking who Jesse is. Mindless Entertainment on YouTube. And she always speaks the truth.
So
Yeah.
this is important to highlight here. Mr. Dragon says Gary's not at fault. Doomcock should have never brought this drama on Twitter. That's the last thing to start drama on. Well, Gary is actually at fault here, and it's you can defend him all you like, but no, he is at fault because he's hosting a stream where Doomcock, Ryan Kinnel, Gary all share the same fan base, right? That's at the very least there's a crossover. We can all agree on that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So when then Ryan Kinnel chooses to, again, which has then been pushed by Doomcock and other people have misconstrued it, regardless, whatever. But when Ryan Kinnel has said something which has been misconstrued, or FYI has said it, however you want to take it, said people that believe this stuff are effing retards, Gary should have stepped in because it's disrespecting his own fan base as well. And that he is absolutely at fault. And then Doomcock is absolutely at fault for then going on Twitter and saying all of this stuff, but then hiding behind a paywall stream. Like, everyone's to blame here. It's schoolboy bollocks. This is what the whole stream's called. It's just school playground nonsense.
Did you watch that clip from the Friday Night Fights?
Friday Night Tights.
Friday Night, exactly. Sorry, that's what I meant. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Because I did. I was asking because I didn't get that vibe, and I don't know if they really cared during the stream. This happened afterwards. So my point is, could Gary have just been trying to ignore it to move on?
But if your whole brand is fuck the studio for the fans, no, you shouldn't really ignore it. You shouldn't. That's the point, and that's what people.
I don't think he was calling off.
But the fandom menace is in general, isn't it? It's like fans. The
He was
studios
calling
disrespect the fans.
He was calling out anybody who believes Doomcock's all of his reports as fact, as idiots, and I don't think he's wrong. Like anybody who's going to believe that there's a George.
But some of those people are to blame because they bloody report on it, mate.
Sure, but then
then you can't sit there and go, "Oh yeah, that's fine." When you are literally part of that problem
make an
that
opinion on it.
Reports on it.
But should he have then called out Doomcock or Ryan if he agreed? Just either or, just pick a stance.
Well, you can mitigate. Well, you don't have to call anyone out. You can mitigate the potential throwback from fan base by just going, "Oh, do you want to just clarify your stance there?" And then get Ryan to further discuss it, like a man.
That's what I'm saying. I thought Ryan was very clear. He was calling anybody who believes everything Doomcock says as an idiot. And I would echo anybody who believes anybody, always 100%. You should.
Yeah, you do have to have an air of skepticism, 100%. Like when I do the whole "my source said this," I'm like, just wait and see. Like just wait and see. Like I'm happy to just be like, yeah, I might be wrong, but just wait and see. Like you believe it or not. Like it's up to you, sort of thing.
I think a lot of people just took offense when I don't think he was aiming at them. Is all I'm trying to get at.
I think there was a lot of misunderstanding there for sure.
Could have said it better, but I think that this is now.
But Doomcock fueled that. Bigger. Go on to Doomcock's Twitter. You can't say that. Literally, Doomcock sat there on Twitter going, "Oh, people disrespected my fans." It's like, well,
exactly. That's what I think. It's blown out into more of a thing. Because I think it's just a misunderstanding. Look, and I'm not saying Ryan. I'm not a huge Ryan fan. He's not a huge fan of mine. I'm just saying I will stand up for the fact that I heard it. And I didn't think he was calling out all of Doomcock's fans. He was very clear in what he said.
No. Again, that's what I'm saying is they're both to blame. Like Ryan Kinnel is very clearly attacking Doomcock's credibility, right? Like we can probably agree on that.
Yes.
And this is what I was saying at the start of the stream: it's do this, not that. Like you can attack someone's credibility without launching at fans because there's no point. No one wins at that point. Correct. No one. You're not doing anything productive because you're not even actually. All that's going to happen when you attack the supporters behind the individual that you want to attack, they're just going to rally and hate you. You're not going to win anyone. That's a real.
Look at the Branch Davidians, David Koresh. Not to compare Doomcock with David Koresh, but we're looking back 1993. Federal agents stormed the compound in Waco, Texas. 150 people dead, all because they wouldn't listen to Andy Signore. How do you pronounce it? Signore. Signore. You wouldn't listen to him and take his advice. And so people died. I'm not saying that that's Doomcock's fault, but I'm just saying other cult leaders, not necessarily Doomcock, but other cult leaders other than Doomcock have followed.
Look at that bloody cult leaders. God. You're going to cause more problems here, Ethan. What are you doing?
But
yeah, I was actually just going to bring that tweet up, Mr. H.
I was showing you, yeah, Doomcock
right
is fueling that. I am 100% on board with you here. Why does he keep bringing this public? And I talked to Gary. I tried to talk to him 4 times privately, and he didn't talk. It's been 24 hours. I waited as long as I could. I have to defend myself. The issue is not the venue; it's the person. Ryan said that on his own stream. I would have left him to the fans, but Gary's show is different. I handle this only way, given the lack of private response from Gary. He's blowing this up not only now a shot at Ryan, but now fuck you, Gary, and now he's making it way bigger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, case in point, right? Case in point, you can't sit there and say all of this, and like, you're equally to blame here. You're stoking the flames of all this nonsense. Yeah, not good. Not good. But I think even at that point, when someone, I don't know, I just think at the end of the day, like you are like an accessory. You know, if you sat there reporting on all of this stuff, and not, well, yeah, I don't know. I just think so many people have a vested interest in not saying that it's clearly nonsense because they do report on it. And at the end of the day, they're earning money from those reports.
We need reporters. We need people who are just going to stand there and aim the camera at this and report it back. Not unlike Mr. Zapruder, who filmed the entire Kennedy assassination for future historians. Sure, Ryan Kinnel in this scenario could be compared to Lee Harvey Oswald. Doomcock would be the president. His fans would be the first lady, spattered in his blood and gore on their beautiful pink suits. But we do need Zapruder, and that's you, Mr. H, filming this and letting people know for the future.
Well, look, I think people are clearly enjoying this. It's a hot topic for people. People are very interested in this for whatever reason, whether they think, the whole Ryan Kinnel versus Doomcock thing was Jeremy Griggs
on the grassy knoll.
Well, I mean, that is debatable.
Was Gary across the way? Triangulation of crossfire. Was he? Don't know. We can only guess.
No, just say it is and just add a grain of salt at the end. And you're good.
Grain of salt.
Yeah, true.
We're involved in this.
Let's give you the grain of salt excuse for everything he says, and now you're good to go.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Dear, oh, dear. So, but where does that leave you guys, right? So, world-class bullshitters, you are part of... are you part of the Fandom Menace? Is that something that you would consider yourself? I would imagine so, isn't it?
Yeah, we were the first channel. Like, legitimately, I was 2015, right outside of The Force Awakens, made the video and have been on this and had the same views the entire time. So, yeah, really all this started when Ethan messaged me, 2 or 3 years ago, and he's like, we should do a show together. And that created the High Council, and the Fandom Menace continued to grow through that. So, yeah, I've been there since the beginning.
That was just you and me on Broadway, though. We joined the Chorus Girls. That was the show. That led to the Fandom Menace.
Yeah. Dude, every
year
on my Facebook feed, it tells me, I post my update, and it goes, I'm about to have an interview with a DC comic artist. And every time I see it, I go, yep, this is the day it was all started. So it was an important day. But
we don't tell people about our cabaret days, do we, Jeff? As big gentlemen, we don't want to talk about that too much.
I've heard the stories.
I mean, I was just in New York City, so I mean, you would know.
But what but where does that leave you, right? So, I would say as you said, you're part of the Fandom Menace specifically. The Fandom Menace has a reputation of, like, and I've said it many times on the stream, for the fans, fuck the studios, right?
Yeah.
So where does that leave you if you, admittedly yourself, said on the stream, you want to make videos, but you feel like you can't because you're getting pushback from it? Where does that leave you with that as your sort of... I hate that term, brand. I fucking hate that brand. But you know what I mean? Like, where does that leave you?
Well, the thing is, it's not that I can't make those videos. I do make those videos. They're active currently on the channel right now. I've never hidden from my views. They're all out there. I'm just in a weird place where I'm not getting the same, viewing spread because I got other projects. This book takes up more time. So, but go back and watch it. Towed the line the whole time. But people just, the thing is, it's weird. It's interesting how, like, You go back a couple years to Esquire magazine. I think it was end of 2018. Doomcock and I are both written about in an article. He's mentioned by name. I'm not. They talk about my video, but not once is my name mentioned or anything. I've just always been here making content, telling my takes, giving it, the way I see it, but I always just never get talked about in the conversation. So I'm glad. I guess that's just how it's been the whole time. I mean, I'm not far behind
yourself
them.
After a phallus. That probably, they probably were excited about saying Doomcock had this to say.
Well,
if you had called yourself Disaster Penis, you probably would have gotten your name in that article too. And I would fire my PR agent if I were you.
You could have gone a bit more classy with it. You could have called yourself a phallus. I mean, there's some better terminology out there as well. You don't have to lower yourself, debase yourself to lower standards of terminology.
Oh yes, we do.
We were working on a script for the Death Wiener for a while.
That's true. That was not our best thought.
I thought the Death Wiener had a pretty
Death Wiener
vibe to it.
Interesting. I like it.
But yeah, Mr. H, it's not that I can't and don't. I do. I stand by my stuff all the time. And my portion of the Fandom Menace knows this. Go back and look. I keep everything.
That's not me. That's not me trying to talk about FYI. I think maybe I was a bit confused with what you were saying.
You know what? I'm glad you. I'm happy you asked me this directly because I am very proud of what I put out. The only time I ever do this stuff is when it kills the algorithm, like a live stream. That's it. That's all the videos are there. The opinion piece, the stuff that I'm talking about, is still on the channel. So it's like yelling into the void at times. And go back and watch the show. Go back and listen to my podcast every week. A rumor pops up. Hey, is Kathleen Kennedy getting fired this week? What do we say in unison? No. I mean, come on. You can only deny this shit so much publicly before people can't figure out. But as you say it verbatim, what you're trying to say, like every week, I've been on tons of streams talking about this shit. It's just for some reason, everyone's enamored with whatever the official Fandom Menace stance had become. In 2019, shit shifted. 2020, the world broke. Everybody just made up shit and played it out. So that's what happened. This official Fandom Menace stance started to take place, and that's really how it all kind of fell apart.
I mean, that's been my experience. Is like you make your content that very, very clearly, explicitly, without saying the word Doomcock, tells you exactly how you feel about the rumors, about the bullshit, about whatever's going on. And then everyone wants to go, oh, you're calling out Doomcock, but how do you feel about Doomcock? Hail Doomcock, 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 Doomcock. And it becomes a thing of like, I will tell you exactly how I fucking feel, and I will steer clear of those words because I do not need to hear you telling me, hail Doomcock, why do you hate my overlord? If you are not ready to be told that he's lying to you, I don't need to be the person to stand up and say he's lying to you. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I'm here in my corner telling you the fucking truth. If you want to come to my corner of the universe where we're telling you how it is, that's how it is. And now if people are ready to hear it, all right, he's lying to you. People are saying, sound like they're finally fucking ready to open their ears and hear the goddamn truth. He has been lying to you the entire time. These so-called sources, hell, he has stolen my videos that I've just put out there as like, hey, here's my random theory that I thought up after Anna told me a little bit about the Clone Wars on a matriarchy stream. Hey, here's this retarded theory that is never going to happen based on an article I read. I've made those videos. 2 weeks later, they are Doomcock rumors based on sources. All of a sudden, months in, I'm hearing everyone, oh my God, did people see my video? Are people talking about, nope. He just fucking stole my random thought, my random smoked some fucking California weed, came up with this video idea. 2 weeks later, Doomcock is passing this off as a secret source, reaping all the rewards off of this. Yep. And I now have to sit here going, no, this is not real.
And you know who else exploited women? Charles Manson.
Yeah, he was.
Charles Manson was another one who utilized the women in his cult. Okay, you might call it a cult. To do dirty deeds, and I wouldn't like. What I'm saying is, if it were 1969 and the internet existed, Jesse, it's possible that you would be, he would have borrowed your ideas, and one of your ideas might have been to murder Sharon Tate. Not one of your best ideas, but one of them might have been. So.
You are derailing this this stream, good sir.
Ethan, I love you in ways like platonic is the right word, but like in the true way that Plato meant it. You know.
I didn't know that was related to Plato. So Plato was constantly friend zoned. Is that why it's named for Plato?
What I mean to say, it's in a very pure, in ways that would not offend either Andrea or Jeff, but I laud you in a manner that I revere you as a god, but not in a creepy way. That's what I mean.
You know who else was revered as a god? Jesus Christ. Who led
I see you drawing comparisons there to his holiness of
eternal life.
Christ. Yeah.
That's right. So I'm not saying that Doomcock is David Koresh, Charles Manson, Pol Pot, Idi Amin. I'm not saying that he is. I'm not saying that he isn't.
You're just asking the questions.
I'm just making comparisons. I'm drawing, so I'm not saying Ryan Kinnel is Lee Harvey Oswald. I'm not saying that. And I'm also not saying that I am the Lord Jesus Christ. I want to make all of that clear.
You definitely would never say that, would you?
Just say
never. That's ridiculous.
That's just patently nonsense. You would never say that.
What was I saying?
Oh, dear.
I'll leave that open to interpretation. Smarter people can go back and rewatch this stream and work it out.
I think this stream's gonna be spoken about quite a lot, to be fair, from what I can see. People have been tagging it and going, "Oh, I'm going to do a reaction to this," etc., etc. So I think this stream will have a little bit of traction. Interestingly,
I'll cover it on the High Council again.
Oh dear, oh dear, dear, oh dear.
Somebody in the chat goes, "I had no idea EVS felt this way about Doomcock." Well, what did I say? Just that he was a substantial leader of men.
Come on, what do you actually think of Doomcock?
I think that he's funny. I think that maybe he got in over his head with some of these ridiculous rumors. I think to sit there and say, "Hey, you're lying and hurting everyone," is I guess it's deserved at this point. But Doomcock never bothered me. I always thought of him as just funny.
But I guess that's the point, isn't it? Like, you view him. Some people. What's the age range of the people that actually does the whole "Hell Doomcock, without respect we reject"? What's the ages there? Because to me,
a lot older.
Older.
Yeah, I think it's older. Yeah.
Are you fucking joking me? What?
Well,
DVD Overlord. Yeah. 30s.
I think I'd say 40s. A lot of the audience is a lot of disenfranchised people, which is right. But what happened was where it got, twisted, where instead of you could make content about it with this level of anger and you could keep it whatever, you had to ramp it up to stay relevant. And that's what killed it because you just ran out of stuff to be angry about that was real.
Exactly. I mean, exactly. He maintained the same very, very small channel for a long time. That was the only shtick that worked. He rode to fame on Gary's coattails during the Game of Thrones aftermath. And he got a taste of that life. Sure, we all do. It's very exciting. And he had to find a way to stay on top. So he lied.
I didn't need to make up my Captain Marvel stuff.
No.
It came and it went, and that was it.
Find new topics. You didn't even touch the Game of Thrones stuff, and you're still here.
Yeah, the thing is, it is a business, and everybody understands that. But at a certain time, it's it's bad business. It's
honesty to the fans, integrity to the fans. Yeah. Our integrity and our honesty to the fans is paramount.
Because let me tell you a quick story, if you don't mind. We met a fan last year, early in the year. All he wanted to do was talk about the Doomcock stuff and the rumor stuff like it was the truth. And it's
But what did you say to him?
No.
We did not.
We don't want to talk about it, or no, it's not true.
We 100%.
We said we
do not think it's real.
We don't think it's real.
Every single time someone has asked me straight up if I think it's real, I tell them 100% no. I've had people too. I'll make a flippant comment on one of my streams, and I'll be like, "Yeah, no, I don't think this is real. I think Doomcock is full of shit." And I will have a week's worth of people replying to irrelevant tweets, going, "Yeah, but remember when you said the thing about Doomcock? What did you mean by that?" And I'm like, it's not real. The end. That's all. That's exactly what I meant. Is what I said. It's not real. You don't have to read into it. I said it's not real. Take it for what it is.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? People can't differentiate between saying someone's talking nonsense or, what they're saying is nonsense versus you attacking them personally.
Yeah, look at L. Ron Hubbard and his... I'll stop. I will stop. I'm so sorry. That's taking it too far.
Just a lot.
I'm kind of scared for my safety now.
Yeah, I'm worried now. Yeah, they might hear you out here. That's where I take umbrage though, because the thing I constantly see every time I go to investigate and see and go to check the comments and see, have Doomcock's fans finally woken up? Are they finally realizing he's full of shit? No, what I always see is even the skeptics don't blame him. They blame the sources because he's set up a zero accountability net where he encourages everyone to stay angry, stay angry, stay angry. And then when he's wrong, oh, blame not me. It's the sources, the sources, the sources. He doesn't have sources. I will point the videos to you that he stole from me. He has gone onto all the bullshit things. He's gone onto Reddit. He goes into all the little small places and finds everyone's stoner thoughts, high thoughts, drunk thoughts, late night, basement driven. This is my crackpot theory, and goes, ooh, I'll bet my fans would eat this shit up.
Do you remember the one that was the most egregious? Have you heard the egregious one though, where he's like, Brie Larson is fired from Captain Marvel, and then the next day they announced Captain Marvel 2. It was hilarious. It's like how did the world
you guys
not
notice?
notice?
The shit out of that.
It's like Tuesday. Oh man, Brie Larson's going away. Everyone's like, oh, I can't wait. All right, literally the next day, Captain Marvel 2 officially announced. It's like,
this is
what happened? And then they're like, well, it was never going to happen anyway. Like,
but that's exactly the same. That's exactly the same situation that happened with this Batman rumor nonsense.
Yep,
exactly.
So it came out saying it's going to be shut down because Robert Pattinson's a menace on set. It's shutting down next week. That's it. It's done. But they're going to go under the guise of COVID, right? That's the thing. And I'm like, I know that's bollocks because I know people that are filming it. I know people that are actively going to be in Liverpool next week, and I know that they're going to be in Warner Brothers Studios. And then boom, like literally the day later, I was like, oh, here, this is nonsense. And then people were like, oh, you're talking bollocks, blah 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 blah. But the thing is, and the sad thing is that those videos don't get traction because people like to, hate on something. It's bad to hear the positive side of it. So people like to hate on something. So then, the week later when I was proved right, no one really watched that bloody video.
Well, it's worse than that, though. And that's why I really say Doomcock does not get a pass. He does not get off on this. Even if the people who want to say, oh, he's the victim in this, he does not get a pass on any of this. Oh, he's just an entertainer. No, he actively tries to cover this stuff up. I've had multiple instances where people are suddenly going, hey, why is this story getting traction today? This is like 2-3 weeks old. Every single time it's, Doomcock made a video. Why did he make a video on this old news today? He needs to sensationalize something because today is the day one of his bullshit rumors didn't come true.
And how many websites are going to cover for him too? Like,
exactly.
It's we all make fun of we got this covered as being this unreliable source because they quote him or he quotes them.
Bounding into Comics is sucking his fucking dick for their own clicks.
I've stopped. I've stopped referencing and using.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've all, for our own various reasons that may or may not have to do with, them doxing people we like, have stopped, associated with bounding into comics.
What's that?
But
what?
Oh, you didn't know about the whole doxing Anna thing?
I had no idea. What is this?
Oh yeah, they straight up. One of the writers straight up just doxed Anna, and then like.
Are we talking about that Star Wars girl?
Yeah. What? Yeah, that Star Wars girl, Anna, like my best friend. Yeah, they straight up doxed her. And then the writer would respond to anyone else messaging being like, "Yo, why did you do this?" But would not respond to any of her messages.
How did they dox her? What the
They
fuck?
printed her name. They printed her last name that she pointedly and purposely keeps out of print and private everywhere. They somehow found it and they printed it. And when everyone else was like, when all of her supporters read that and were like, "Yo, she doesn't print this. Like we're not supposed to know
bad.
this."
Yeah, that's real bad.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
That's you would have had to have gone out of your way to find that as well. Like,
exactly.
Her last name is Malistic, Animalistic, and I was shocked by that. I thought that was so clever of her parents.
Yeah, they're artists.
Yeah, no, that's really disgraceful. To be perfectly honest, that's not cool at all.
Yeah, no.
I don't like that.
But beyond that, the whole thing is Doomcock has track record now too. You go find the date. If you can go watch his videos, he predicts something happening on a certain day by a certain time. It doesn't come true. Go to that date that it was supposed to come true. There is some new sensational bullshit lie or something that's like 3 months old news that he's suddenly treating like it's breaking news on his channel to cover up for the fact that the thing he said was going to happen doesn't happen. That is purposeful deceit. At that point, you are purposefully and willfully, you're pulling the smoke and mirrors trick to try to preserve your own credibility. Oh, my fans won't notice I lied to them if I'm spoon-feeding them a new exciting lie, a new shiny thing over here. At that point, you know exactly what you're doing. You're misleading your fans on purpose. You are completely culpable in the lies that they then go around believing and spreading.
Yeah, You sound so jealous, Jesse.
Yep, that's me. Clearly,
I really hate that as the.
When we
I
criticize
hate that as
him,
the-
we're jealous of him. Oh God,
That's exactly why I went onto a completely different platform where I now just play music. Totally, because of my supreme envy for somebody who's not as. Oh, this by the way. I'll just get petty for a second. Why not? Does anyone care if I get petty?
No,
Go
please.
for it.
Fuck it, I'll get petty. So like one time I was ever live on a stream with Doomcock ever, because by the way, he has never invited me to do anything with him ever. Fine by me. Never cared for the guy. The one time I ended up just accidentally live on some big ass stream with him, it was hysterical because I don't know. Apparently, I'm funny. I guess I do stand-up comedy out here, and apparently the hardest city to do it. I guess I'm okay at it. I don't know. But I understand my audiences. People laugh. People seem to like what I do, so I keep doing it. And then he comes on the stream and rides the actual worst joke. It's like a bad Star Trek pun, and he rides it into the ground immediately. Like by the first punchline, it's dead. And then he continues riding it into the ground for 5 more minutes. It's painful. But the cute part is the moment I realize Doomcock hates me because he can't do what I do. Because every time I pull off one of my like, all right, let me just go on a rant. Let me just go talk about things that people care about because I have brimming with passion 24/7 and want to just yell about things forever. Andy knows this. And then I'm done. And then Doomcock decides he wants to do the same and then doesn't. And then like he isn't spontaneous. He doesn't have that live, that whatever, that thing. And then I realized exactly who he is. I'm like, oh, you're just the person trying to create the court that you can be the king of. But in reality, you're the jester. And I don't know. I'm laughing at him.
Mr. H, how many ears does Captain Kirk have?
10.
No, he has 3. He has a left ear and a right ear and a final front ear.
Ah, I like it. I need to just address
Was that
this.
it,
So
Jesse? Was that your joke? No.
it was good.
Thank
Donut
you.
Swan says, Mr. H sent to Jesse, like you said, Gary should do. So here's the difference, and I've made this patiently clear. I am not a part of the Fandom Menace. I am not one of these individuals that is for the fans, fuck the studios. I'm not. I've made it painfully obvious in many videos. I get roped into the Fandom Menace for whatever reason, but I'm not, and I don't need to sit here and like, what is Jesse doing that is similar to what Gary should do? Nothing. Jesse is specifically attacking Doomcock himself, and she's doing it publicly. That's her right if she wants to. Doomcock can defend himself publicly if he wants to. Jesse's not attacking any fans, which is what the whole point is what Gary should have done, is step in when someone attacks a joint fan base. There's a huge difference there. I don't have to come in and censor Jesse. Jesse has autonomy. I'm not a misogynist. I'm not going to come here and say that, oh, Jesse, you don't know what you're saying. You can't do this. If Jesse wishes to insult Doomcock or say whatever she wants about Doomcock, she's more than entitled to. That's absolutely fine. There's a big difference to the situations there. Jesse's a grown-up. She can handle herself. The point of people stepping in with respect to fans is if your brand is built on fans. That's the point. That's the point that people seem to just completely be missing here.
Mr. H, where do Star Trek fans work out?
Oh wait, let's figure this out.
Oh,
they work out at the.
I'm not quick with these kind of punny jokes, man. I'm quick
well,
on the sarcasm and the drive. I'm British. We invented this stuff. I'm quick on that. I'm not quick on these kind of jokes. So you'll have to tell me. I'm sorry.
I would have told you 20 seconds ago.
I just can't keep talking. I'm so sorry.
All right, they work out. Star Trek fans work out at the He's Dead gym.
I like that. Yeah, I mean, it's bad.
Gym.
That's like bad level dad joke, but it's still quite funny. It's
was that your joke, Jesse?
Funny stuff
that was stolen by Doomcock.
What was that?
Never mind.
Ethan, you're ready for the big time. You're ready for the stage.
I'm getting up there against that brick wall. microphone, and an audience. And I'm going to lock the fucking back door. They can't get out.
You know what's funny, though, is if you actually did stand-up at a con, doing nerd jokes, it's like the easiest thing in the world. Because nerds are so happy to have somebody doing jokes for them. It's like,
they're not happy in this chat. They're calling me a fat blimp and telling me to shut up.
I don't think that's the case.
Wrong nerds, Ethan. Wrong nerds.
I think they're being quite nice to you, actually.
Oh, Mr. H, you're a gentleman, but your chat is full of insane Wolverines. They're effing, never mind. I better not say that.
God, no. I would have to step in then. You can't do that.
Yes.
These people
Stand up for your fans. Stand up.
Half these people are not going to be my fans anyway, in fairness.
Shut up, Ethan. Shut up, you fat blimp. Real nice.
Come on, you're down to like a 7XL, right?
I'm getting there.
There you go.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Dear, oh, dear. So, Fear Sundown says Doomcock should come on. That would be epic. I don't think he even knows who I am, so I doubt I'm going to be in his sort of
I don't know. I think he's the type that watches. Judging on his tweets, I think he's paying attention to anybody who's talking about him right now.
Maybe.
You jacked off to it.
I mean, he's more than welcome to come on. Like, if someone wants to send this to him,
I would be very impressed and polite. Yeah, I would be shocked.
He'd be more than welcome to come. I'm more than happy to give people a platform to defend themselves.
If he comes in here, I'm going to tear him to pieces. So don't even think about it, Doomcock.
Right, and also as well, like this is an open offer.
Fans.
If Doomcock wishes to come on this channel anytime to defend himself, I don't know what he'd be defending himself from me against, but I literally complimented the dude. But he's more than welcome to. More than welcome to.
How many Kardashians does it take to change a light bulb?
Ask the Cheese says Doomcock and Gary dislike Mr. H. They're more than welcome to.
It depends on how many lights you see. That's the answer to that.
Sure. Oh, I like that. That's good.
Thank you.
That is good.
Hate Star Trek. Hate it.
Archer wants you to tear him to pieces with dad jokes.
I will. I'm ready.
Good.
Bring it.
Oh my god, fantastic. So he's more than welcome to come on. I don't care. I realistically, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what he would say, to be fair, but yeah.
We call him Doomcock. That's what we do.
What? Doomcock?
Yeah, we call him Doomcock.
You just said, oh my, who calls him that?
Dad, show him. I don't know. Somebody, I'm sure.
Yeah, he actually made a tweet earlier. He didn't seem to have any interest in going on stream with Jeremy and Ryan to kind of talk things out publicly or whatnot either. So I'll be surprised if he really comes out and says anything.
Well, again, he's more than welcome to. He's more than welcome to come on this. Like I much like the Uche thing. Like I will absolutely defend my points. 100%. Like I couldn't care less. I'm sure you guys would be happy to defend your stance on anything as well. That's what adults do. So yeah, I mean, if anyone watches him and because he follows a fair amount of people, I'm sure he follows some of his subscribers. If
he follows Jesse, he steals her content.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
From what I just heard.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think so. Where does this leave? A good question to sort of round out this stream, I guess, is where does this leave the fandom menace? Because I would say that you've got two sort of dissenting factions going on here, from what I can see, anyway, or at the very least, what people believe to be the fandom menace.
I think there's a huge portion of the people that just don't give a shit about any of the drama and just like what the spirit of it is too. I think there's a third option to it.
Yeah. But maybe one of my dissenting options was that you Jeff, come on now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That actually was part of it. To be fair, I was going with genuinely. I was thinking, well, you've got like your sort of core values, I guess, per se, and then that's why I said what people perceive to be the fandom menace, because then you've got the broader sphere that people have been lumped into, who then get associated by default, and that's the sort of dissenting side.
And it's so weird too, because every response you ever get is so extreme to like the most basic things. Like, I didn't like a movie. Oh, you're a racist. It did like. It's such a bizarre, like, all of it. It's almost like realistically, it's like the Twilight Zone. That's why I think a lot of people have looked around and found us and, well, people like us, because it's just like, what happened?
Yeah.
You never answered. Where does it leave the fandom menace?
Oh, where does it lead? Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
That's all right.
No, I'm sorry. I think it leaves it. Like I said, there's a lot of people who are still around that love it, for that old school vibe. It's like for anyone out there like a wrestling fan, NWO. There's the original, and then there's the Wolfpack. You need to split it up like that, and it's just kind of a thing where I think it leaves it in a place of rebuilding, where you can do cool stuff again. I think a lot of people just want to get together. Nick, you brought up that meetup, Star Wars Celebration, that like this mythic thing we talk about. Like, that core fun fandom menace has met once, and that's it. That was to get back to that. If you were there, Ethan was there, Jeremy was there. It was this moment, and it was a really cool moment. And I think it leaves us open to basically look around and go, oh, that was really the peak for a lot of it. It's time to go back, or we can go back if you choose to. It's never been about telling the audience what to do or controlling them. It's always been, hey, make up your mind. This is what I've found, blah, blah, blah. And I think we're back to that place where people have that fresh start, that tabula rasa. It's like, hey, now's the time to maybe reassess what's going on and pay closer attention.
Yeah.
So that's where I think it leaves us, in an interesting place like that.
Yeah, I think that's I think that's well, some hope there at the very least, I guess you could say.
I know for our channel, being part of the Fandom Menace, which we're sometimes referred to as like the Sinbad of the Fandom Menace channels, because we kind of keep things clean and we don't harp too much on the negativity stuff over there. We kind of focus more on what we love about Star Wars, that sort of thing. But we're going to continue focus. Like, we just had Tim Rose on this last weekend, the actor who played Admiral Akbar and Howard the Duck and all that. And we're going to focus more on doing interviews like that, and in our documentary, which our next one is the Rise and Fall of LucasArts Gaming, and kind of focus more on the positive side of things and kind of get back to the fun stuff, like how it was back, in the OG times of the Fandom Menace, when things were fun and everybody was kind of having a good time, even when they were talking about the negative and the Disney shit show that was going on over there and all that. So, and for Coach and I, we like all these people. Like, I know Doomcock, not personally, but he's been a supporter of our channel and has helped us out a lot. I know Gary. I was just messaging him just a couple weeks ago. He's been supportive of us, and Jeremy and Ryan. We've streamed with all these people. We've hung out with all these people. So it's unfortunate. It is what it is.
Well, I need to go cry in a corner because apparently Doomcock and Gary don't like me. So,
I'm in that corner. So
welcome to the club.
I like my corner of the internet. I get lumped in with the Fandom Menace, which is always interesting when people do that. But I guess that's the differentiation between what people view as a group versus like a methodology and sort of a sort of a mindset rather than a group specifically. Because I think that's part of it as well. Some people view it very strongly as we are part of this. This is a group rather than this is like a mindset. You know,
a group of mindset founded on Doomcock's lies. Doomcock's lies are the pillar that holds the Fandom Menace clown tent up. It's a single pillar.
But I think it is at the moment. Again, that's the point. Like,
it just picture one big circus tent and then Doomcock's lies, towering pole, holding the entire circus tent up right in the middle. And then you've got Jesse, who comes in here, Jesse takes a chainsaw to Doomcock's lies.
That's it.
And the entire circus tent is going to collapse around every single one of us because of Jesse's callousness.
Yep, blame me.
Unbelievable.
We got to shift the blame off of Ryan onto you.
You know, I've got a really nice sandbox, though, over here. You guys can come play in it if you want. It's not as nice as your circus tent, but it's a pretty cool sandbox. You got some nice sandcastles, so as long as you don't step on the sandcastles, you can come play.
Circus tent was pretty good.
But does the sandbox have, you know, like toys in it as well, or is it just a sandbox?
Oh, there's lots of toys.
I'm game. There you go. It's fine.
Hell yeah.
We need some Star Wars toys so we can make Tatooine.
Yeah. We have also like magics and no physics. Like physics don't exist in my sandbox. So come on.
Yeah, we can put EVS's sail barge in the sandbox and recreate the Return of the Jedi
It's so nice. It really is nice. Yeah.
I didn't know you got one of those.
Yeah, I got a Jabba's sail barge. It's full of every denizen of Jabba's palace, and also, what else does it have in it? Also Cara Dune.
He did a whole video on it.
Yeah, Cara Dune liked it. Gina Carano herself liked my image of her escaping with frozen Han Solo under her arm.
That must have been the proudest moment of your life.
Yeah.
One of them, yeah. My first one was my marriage, and then the birth of my child.
That's reasonable. That's a good
right
list.
in between there.
Just like Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Hey, Mr. H, I don't mean to be rude. My phone is at 9%, so if we do drop, I wasn't trying to like cut out, not say anything, and I'm going to stick around as long as we can. I just want to give you guys a heads up.
That's absolutely fine. I am going to actually wrap up this stream now anyway, just because it's 11:30 here. My back is absolutely ruined, and you know when inevitably people choose to watch this back, you know, you need to leave it a little bit bite-sized so they can sort of consume it, maybe, so they can get their reactions and clicks and all that nonsense. But no, I enjoyed this. Thank you all for dropping on. This was a very, unplanned drop on for all you guys. So I enjoyed this. Enjoyed meeting you all as well. Aside from Andy, for the rest of you for the first time. So thank you very much for being a part of my humble, small, little part of YouTube. I appreciate it very much.
Did someone give Andy his soul back? It left him at some point. He's just sitting there.
I've lost track. You guys are talking about the Phantom Menace, and I've just like lost track of what it is anymore. I'm just like, it's so confusing me. I feel like everyone's gonna be fine.
Off topic. I did like Andy's video that he did today on the Floyd Mayweather fight. We actually watched that. We actually watched that fight, and I was just like, when he was going down, and he was like, seemed like he was holding him up. I was like, oh, what's going on here? But yeah, good job on that, Andy.
Wait, Mr. Let me. My soul will come back. Go check out my channel, Movie World, where I actually talk about movies.
No. Everyone.
I want to have you. I want to have you be a guest someday, where Vito and I have to watch shitty movies, and we have to find the positive in shitty movies. It's my attempt to try to clear away all the negativity I've done over my career and honest trailers and everything else. But we have Howard the Duck coming up with Howard the Duck himself, Mr. Ed Gale. It's going to be amazing. Best movie ever, Howard the Duck. So check out my channel, Movie World, as well as Popcorn Planet. But I'm going to be doing more movie stuff. But yeah, we should talk, Mr. H, because I know it's always too late for my streams, but I'd love to talk movies with you. No drama.
Yeah, no. Happily to. I do need to get to some more of these super chats, actually, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to stay here and read these super chats, which is not unfortunate because I love the fact that people did super chats. That sounded really, really bad then, didn't it? Like, unfortunately, what a fucking arsehole I am. That's not what I meant. So we had some absolutely epic ones. Huge ones. I'm just trying to find where we were before because loads came in.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, no. Please. If any of you do need to leave, please don't feel like you have to stay.
I should go. I want to thank you, Mr. H. Thank you for inviting me in. It was good to finally meet you. I'm sorry before. I hope there's no hard feelings about Twitter. I didn't know.
Dude, honestly, not a big deal. Like I said, I just don't follow people that, like, I'm not. Yeah, and I wasn't going to be like, oh, please follow me. Like, I
didn't know. I would have. So good to be following you now. And stay in touch, okay?
Yes, absolutely. Appreciate you dropping on.
All right.
See you. Mr. H, I think the phone's about to die any second, so I just want to say goodbye too. It was nice to meet you. Hopefully we get to talk again in the future.
It was nice to freeload on here as well.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Bye, Andy. Bye, Nick.
Thank you. I gotta find it all now. So we had, god damn. Here we go. So Rob, I think we did the Rob Bass one. Did that one. Harsner said, comic artist, secret pro. You were the one alerting me to find a menace. We did that one as well. Did the Bogue one. Popcorn Planet did. Oh, we didn't do your one. I'm so over folks being afraid to call out Doomcock for what he is, entertainment, and he's not news. Can only offer so much salt before you sour the well. Fair comments. Jaffo did 2 super chats. Says DC doesn't want an apology from Ryan. He wants an apology from Gary. DC's member stream mostly focused on our case, slanting the fans, and Gary not calling it out when it happened on Friday Night Tights. Steve York says, I'm still a Doomcock channel member, and I was in his stream last night. He trashed Ryan for calling his fans the R word, but mainly he was just disappointed that everyone on the stream turned on him. The Clown World review. Ladies and gents, Clown World. Love a bit of Clown World. Where is it? Oh, no. There we go. Says Doomcock is actively hurting the movement, but it needed to be called out. What is the difference between Doomcock and we've got this covered? Nada. I think that's actually that is actually a fair comparison. To be perfectly honest, absolutely a fair comparison. It's the same format. It is literally the same format of, hey, we can't actually verify this that much, so please do take it with a grain of salt. I know this much, but I also don't know that much. It's exactly the same format. I hate we got this covered. They couldn't even cover
always, like they always do the same reporters, the same sources that told us this, and this, but fans don't realize like it's because they take 100 shots at the goal, and then 1 at 100 get right, and then they've been doing it so long that they ignore you. If you could find all the hundreds of ones that were false, you'd realize, oh, this is a bullshit site.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Link 1945 says my nerdy home was getting attacked by Doom's fans. That's obviously not good. Ray said Mr. H giving us the drama, and I'm here for it. Well, again, I don't think I was personally. I mean, obviously, apologies if people took it as drama. I just wanted to dissect it and have a look at it more than anything. But sorry if it was conveyed in the wrong manner. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Donut Swan says my source says Trump will be reinstated in October. Peter Rosa says it's an honor to see my man. Yeah. Peter Rosa says it's an honor to see my man Mr. H with such awesome YouTubers. It's a crossover for the ages. In regard to the drama, I do like DC as much as I like all of you, and I hope it gets all cleared up soon. Hail all. Again, that's you can like him. That's the point, right? No one's saying don't like him. No one is saying that at all. I've literally said he's very good at what he does. Like that's not the point. But the point is that he's an entertainer. He's not a journalist as much as some of the things he says implies that he's a journalist. I've got sources and this could be right, blah blah blah. That's what a journalist does. He's not a journalist. He is an entertainer. It's important to differentiate. Link 1945 says Doom is acting like an SJW snowflake victim. Unfortunately, yes, on Twitter he that is how it comes across. Unfortunately,
yeah.
And also fanning the flames. Ellie Moses says, "Hell the round table." Love saying that. Mr. H's Nick Fury get the Avengers assembled on the stream. Hell all on here. It was a bloody good stream. So I hope you guys all enjoyed it. S Sharp says, "Think Doomcock has blind spot. Loves Star Wars. He sees fans turning off and feels compelled to try and keep them engaged by offering rumors of a better future." I think that's a valid. Criticism, to be honest. Thundercats Who says, if KK goes tonight, you're all Doomcocked. I mean, it's not going to happen, but yeah, all right. She's literally in the UK on the Indiana Jones 5 set, so it's definitely not. Hey, are you getting it again?
Yeah. No, I can if you want it, but there's actually I do have it here. Here she is. Here she is fired for everyone who showed up late. Hold on, guys. I think it's true. She's gone. No more. No longer involved with Lucasfilm.
Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, no, that's definitely not her. She's definitely not there at all.
Harrison Ford's about to punch her, I think, to finally get rid of her. Look at this.
He's had enough. That's it.
Now take this with a grain of salt, but I really believe that he's got the fist, and that's the ghost of John McCain. I think. Grain of salt though, and they're gonna take her out. It's happening.
Dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. What is this? No one's been trashing my nerdy home. What are you on about? Who said that? Has anyone done that? I don't think anyone has.
I didn't hear anybody. No. I mean, I don't know if he's talking to the chat. I
don't know. Odd. Strange. Anyway, Donut Swan says, just like in the UFC, everyone needs to stick to the principles of individual combat. Don't expect anyone to defend you and don't form camps to defend others. Captain Chokeout. Great name. This is all hilarious. Handbags at dawn from men and Jeremy looking to make gains in the Fandom Menace dips. Yeah. Donut Swan, Heavy Metal Magazine's Twitter is right for content. Michael Deach, I don't really mind when retards call me retarded. For fuck's sake. Then Worldcast Bullshit says, hello, gentlemen, but obviously they've dropped in anyway. And dropped out. Minus Entertainment, love you, Uncle Ethan. Oh, hey, Andy. Boag, Andy talking about insecurity, the effing irony. I've got to say it so you can defend yourself.
Oh, no, I please. As long as they pay to hate, I love it.
Ed Starr for $100, so had to read this one out. It says, shout out to Ethan, Nick, Andy, and of course the H-Man. Cheers to all my online friends. Ed Starr's a big contributor to the channel, so thank you so much if you are still here. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm normally much quicker on super chats, but obviously this one's just gone way beyond what would be a normal stream. So I do apologize. I'm normally on it, like I do super chats as a means for people to enter the discussion. So apologies for all of that, guys. Nerd Report says Kathleen Kennedy picks release from the set of Indy 5 today after getting fired by Doomcock.
Lewis, go support Nerd Report. Nerdreport.com.
Yeah, Boag says here's taco money to buy you some glasses. Chris Raposo says slow mode please to give John Davies a break. Loving the stream, by the way. It's nice to finally see adults having a discussion today. I did try and put it on slow mode. It didn't work. Sorry. I actually did try. It did not work at all. Deadwood Dale says my sources tell me that KK's morning coffee will be mixed with Miralax before a big conference call with the Chinese. Should be gone soon. Donut Swan says, are you the guy who made Uche strip? What a legend. Yes, I am. I am the guy that made Uche strip as if he was going to fight me.
Can members watch
the internet.
On the channel? That's a good way to get some joins right now. Is it on your members only?
It's not on my stream. It's not. I don't have it.
Oh, it was on that. It was his.
It's Uche's channel. Yeah. I went on his channel. Yeah, his members only at the moment. Yeah, sadly. But again, the world class bullshitters have Ethan and that lot discussing it all, and it's all there on.
Oh man,
there. It was quite comical. There's plenty to talk. You just follow drama, Jeff. Who's?
Well, that's Jeff. Yeah.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cecil dropped in. Says I came here to see Mr. H in a dressing gown. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Fo Chung Esquire says, listen, these people are selling everyone the idea that the community loves the fans. If we don't demand respects, we are no better than simps. Yeah, and that's kind of the point I was getting at, is like people's actions reveal their true intentions and their vested interests at that point in time. If you sit there and you go, yep, for the fans, but then at any opportunity to defend the fans, yeah, and you don't, then are you really for the fans? Probably not. Boag says Mauler and Rags called it out on stream. Steve York says Gary instigated it by playing the KK employment status report. He knew what he was doing. In hindsight, it all seemed premeditated to cut DC loose. Interesting. 200 Watt Studio says if anyone knows about idiots on YouTube, it's Jeremy. Also, Harrison Ford is telling Kennedy his coffee order in that photo. Matt R says not a fan of drama or infighting, but I'm glad Mr. H had this stream. Good. Well, I'm glad. Hopefully, again, I wasn't trying to. the point wasn't to really sit around and do much with the drama specifically. It's more to kind of dissect it so people can sort of.
What is the line for you of like? It's like sometimes we're allowed to report on this shit, but then if we report on this shit, it's drama. It's like, where do you?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't personally like again, like I realized the kind of content I was making up a little while back, and I was like, fuck this content. Like I don't even like this content anymore, and I changed it like the last couple of weeks, completely different. Again, much more movie reviews and more sort of interesting reporting on actual topical news with respect to movies. And I was just becoming this channel that just sat around bitched about stuff, and I was like, fucking, that's boring. I don't want to get involved in this, and I just couldn't be bothered anymore. So I am quite cautious of falling back into that trap, and so I didn't do this stream to do that. I saw all this play out on Twitter, and I was just like, this is not how you convey yourself. I wanted to explain how people should convey themselves. That was the sort of mindset behind it. But
see, and then everyone tunes in for this and drops all them. It's just that's what YouTube rewards. It's very
well, yeah, but yeah, again, that's the sad fact of it, isn't it? Like again, that's the comparison here: is why does someone keep spinning nonsense, lies about films that are actually well liked? Because if you look at the Batman, right, you look at all of their, you look at every single Batman trailer, it's overwhelmingly positive. Mm-hmm. More people like. It's ratioed out the arse. More people like the Batman than they hate it. So those videos talking negativity about the Batman get a lot of views because people want it to be good. So they don't want to hear of this stuff, but they will click on it anyway. So then when you come out in support of it, people are like, well, yeah, I know it's fine. So what are you talking about? Like, no one clicks on it. No one's interested. So you are right. Like people do support. YouTube does reward more drama than anything else, unfortunately. People are questioning whether I'm straight or gay. No, I'm straight. Not that where I put my dick is really important, but no, I am straight. If anyone follows me on Instagram, you would know that there has been individuals on my Instagram. F off well read says Last Jedi was the greatest of the Star Wars films. Prove me wrong. Where's my frog book Pie Man? I was watching it today. It's still on YouTube unless they took it down. No one really said anything. Rags asked if he had beef with DC, but he said no. I need to reload this now because we've done a lot more super chats that have come out. A lot more, in fact. Oh shit! Right, where is it then? Right, okay, right. We can get all of these done now. So, just tell Doomcock that subreddits aren't a source. That's fair. Cecil says, slightly off topic, but can everyone on panel give their opinion on the Israel-Palestine conflict? Definitely not going to happen. Pokemon says...
Sorry, I use my no.
Mr. H, EVS, Nick, world-class bullshitters, we need peace and back to roots. Yeah. And the winner of Doomcock versus RK Outpost is Mr. H. Yeah, I do think I win currently at the moment for this. Felicity Poobell did that interesting super chat, which I did read out, but it said, "Don't call yourself the fandom menace and support denigrating fans." Period. Which I completely agree with. Like, absolutely. But that also goes to Gary for not stepping in and sorting it out. Like, you can be supporting it by proxy. So yeah, Archer did a super sticker, which I actually can't see now, sadly. Sorry. Joseph Benowitz says, "Hail to Mr. H, Echo Base, EVS, Andy, Jeff, and Jesse. Great panel." And here's the Mr. H's dressing gown. The dressing gown lives on. Jay says, "I see a few YouTubers getting jealous of Doomcock's shtick, acting like crabs in a bucket." I don't know. There's no amount of jealousy here. Like, that's not what this was at all. It's a shame that people put it down to that. I can see why. Like, I can see why people are putting it down to that, but it's not the case. No. 200 Watch Studio says EVS doesn't care where the ship takes him, only if the buffet is full. Travy says, "Look, I don't feel bad about none of those guys. F both of them, honestly. But Mr. H, EVS, Andy, I may not always agree with your opinions on things, but I respect you guys regardless." Well, that's lovely. Thank you. Lost Soul says, "Keep the beard, sir." I plan to. And plan to get my white patches growing a little bit longer. Gandalf, the white patch. Yes. Cecil says, "DC Ryan Beef is giving me strong Ruby Ridge vibes." Dark Shadow says, "This is BS. What has happened to the fandom menace? It started with Snyder, continued with the disrespect of the women on the fandom menace." What was the disrespect of the women? What's that about?
I think they're referring to
what's her name?
Mecca and Tom from Midnight's Edge. The whole drama between them that went down on Jeff's channel on the High Council.
What? So that was all. What happened? What actually happened? I'm very confused. I heard that she released some messages on Twitter.
Yeah, she dropped some messages on Twitter. They got into a back and forth over some comments she said about Zack Snyder, where he was basically telling her, I guess, like, you shouldn't have said this or made this tweet or something. And I guess there was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes too that nobody really knew about. But then Anna. Yeah, and then Anna, that Star Wars girl, got kind of drug into it, and it was a whole big mess. And then Mary Mayhem came on Jesse's stream, Mindless Entertainment, and it was all kind of bashing on Tom and talking about, the stuff that they've experienced with him, which Tom from Midnight's Edge, I'm guessing, don't you?
Yeah, I know Tom.
So, that was kind of that whole ordeal. And I still don't even know all the specific details of everything, but I saw everything on Twitter. Jumped in on the streams and saw the clips and heard everybody talking, but there was so much. I mean, and that was, I don't know, a month ago.
So from what I gathered, from what I saw on Twitter, and from what I know, on sort of the back end of bits and pieces, is that, well, yeah, like she basically spread a bunch of private messages around and then didn't like being called out.
Yeah.
Is that about right?
Yeah.
Well, that's not cool. That's her own fault, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't. I've never really had any direct encounters with Mecca. I don't know her. So again, I don't. From my understanding, there was a lot of other stuff that went on behind the scenes also, and I don't know all the details of it. So I just know it was a big, huge drama mess.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's yeah, just nonsense, isn't it? Really. That's But okay, interesting. So disrespect to the women on the Phantom Menace, and now this. P.S. I'm a proud supporter of EVS, but you are wrong on the women. That's what Dark Shadow says. Wrong on the women. What element? What are people wrong on the women for?
He has to do another super chat to explain. I think it's the solve.
Okay. All right.
I'm not sure.
I'm sure Argentico says a lot of the retards that believe DC are mutual fans, so he is saying that because they believe him. They don't deserve to be RK fans. Are they not good enough? So he is saying that because they believe him, they don't deserve to be RK fans, ? Are they not good enough?
Huh? I guess he's saying if they buy into what Doomcock's saying, then they're not good enough to be RK's fans?
Oh, maybe that's what maybe that's what they're trying to say. Yeah, that kind of, sort of makes sense. Red Rooster says world-class bull schlongers. Lol. All right. Omar Maz says DC content isn't the problem. Only the channels that use him as news are. DC is like WWE. The channels that use him as news are just outright lying. But also, some of DC fans do genuinely believe that he is a news website. So I think it's also a bit of two things there. Unfortunately, like it's a tale of both things are right, and both things are the problem at the end of the day. Donut Swan, Ryan and Jesse respect going up. Ethan trending down. Pietro says, "Let us not lose. Without respect, we reject." Yeah, I guess that's kind of the point, really. I already read out the sense of Jesse, like you said, Gary should do. That's not what I needed to do in that situation. Jesse's, a grown woman. She's not attacking fans. It's different when you're attacking mutual fans and things like that. That was the point with respect to Gary. Andy McCallum, all my faves are here. Big shout out to Jesse. Donut Swan. He also followed up with "Don't worry, mate, just breaking balls." So okay, I think he was messing around, to be fair. Archer says tear him to pieces with dad jokes. D Curry says Russian set best, trust but verify. Mike likes tacos, just sent $2, but nothing came through. Taker610 says, all Snyder said he is neither geeks nor gamer. Royston Parker says, what is Jasper's opinion on this? He is asleep upstairs. That's my dog. He is asleep upstairs, is my little boy. Elizabeth Lyon says we need a Jasper check. Again, yeah, he's asleep upstairs. Fierce Sundown sent $1. 97 Bravo says, just found your channel. Honest chat with excellent points. Great guests with information. A lot of casual geeks don't hear, see, or research. Cheers. Well, thank you very much. The guest was actually complete random. That was not planned. That was
it's kind of out of the blue.
Yeah, it was good though. It's like a party. The unplanned parties are the best parties, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Scissors with the run says, can't blame DC for other YouTubers reporting his rumors, his news, and their fans believing it. But I think you can blame him for not being more apparent that he is very clearly just an entertainer. I think we can do that. And Eddie Moses just sent a super chat. Says, shout out to the Wrenches, Vassie and John Davies for taking on the task of today's chat and dealing with it like true pirates with ease. 6 stream H. Yeah, a bit of an unplanned stream. I actually decided to do this just an hour before going live. It wasn't something I had specifically planned, but I saw it and I was like, nah, got to jump in and have a bit of a discussion on this. This is sort of all over the place. That umbrella guy's here. I wonder what your opinion is on this. That umbrella guy.
What's going on, Tug?
Yeah, it's that umbrella guy missed out on the fun. Yes, yeah.
Just a little late. Just a little late.
Just a little bit. But again, that's the thing. You know, I for people that are new here and just sort of stumbled across this stream, I am obviously in the UK. You probably couldn't tell from the accent, and it becomes very difficult to do streams with people stateside. Very, very difficult to do streams with people stateside because I'm an old man and I like to sleep. Let's put it that way. But this was great. I genuinely enjoyed this. But so I think that about rounded out, really, to be fair. It's midnight now. I need to go to sleep. Where can people find you guys?
So I'm one half of Echo Base Network. My partner, Coach, who started the channel with me, is doing family stuff. Of course, he's not here, but we have a channel called Echo Base Network. We basically mainly do Star Wars content, but we hit other pop culture stuff. We did a documentary on the sequel trilogy, and we're working on another one on the rise and fall of LucasArts Gaming that's going to be narrated by Mauler. We already got all the recordings and stuff done, so we're working on that. And real quick, Andy, I know you got the guy from that was involved with Howard the Duck. Tim Rose, who we had on, had a ton of Howard the Duck stories. If you wanted to check any of that out to kind of reference,
let me know. We had Ed, who was in the costume. He was also Chucky in Child's Play.
Okay. Tim Rose was the.
He gave us a lot of stories too, but we should connect.
Yeah.
And this is quite funny.
Editing.
Beer Sundown says you mod a random stream without any prep better than prep group chats.
Yeah.
I like it. And this guy, Andy McCallum, has the best avatar ever. You can't.
Uche in
the best.
I think you need a shirt. I think you need a shirt, Mr. H, that says "This is my dressing gown."
I love it. It's so good.
You need to put it in the store or something.
This is the best.
People would buy it. That needs to become. Do you have you should have a dressing gown emoji as well as part of your.
I should as my membership thing. Yeah, all members get a dressing gown. There we go.
Make it a perk. Free dressing gown.
Get a dressing gown for as little as 99p a month.
What are you waiting for? Become a member. He's going to put a dressing gown on the emojis. Go support.
There you go, guys. You gotta
live in the dream.
Become a member of the channel.
I gotta say, as I was gonna say, I gotta plug you because I love that you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna stop doing the news. I've wanted to do that a few times, but I've always managed to find, at least I do stories I do care about. But I agree, and I relate to you so much about the whole sort of like the struggle of like, do I really want to do this all the way, So yeah, thank you. I'll plug one more time. So as I leave too, here, check it out. This is the channel. It's still growing, but I want to bring you on. But this is here. Do I have it here? It's this channel, Movie World. I don't have a custom URL because Movie World was taken, but you'll find it. Just search my name or Movie World. And I do reviews, and I do a really fun show here with Vito, where we do, again, best movie ever. Rise of Skywalker was rough. because I hate that's my least favorite Star Wars movie.
Oh,
Battlefield
so
Earth.
bad.
We have to
So
watch
bad.
Thunder Force. We watch these awful movies, and Vito and I have to make points of positivity to try and justify instead of being negative for once. It's typically what we do. But yeah, or you can just go to popcornplanet.com to support me over there. But I appreciate you having me, man. It's been fun. This
No,
is
you're more
I
than
did
welcome.
I try to do more or less drama, but more my own drama. I did a video I'm proud of the other day. If you want to see it, about my experience on Wipeout. Have you heard about that show out by you? The obstacle course with the big red balls.
You were on that show?
I was on that show. I just posted a video last week about
No way.
and I almost died on it, and the guy after me did die on it. So it's a very deep dive on how fucked up
Jesus.
it is. So
Wow. Okay.
Well, I'm definitely gonna have to check that out because I actually watch that show from time to time. If I see it, I'm flipping to the channels. You know,
it's
Wow.
it's don't go on. Don't do
It
it.
doesn't sound like somebody you want to be on. But high risk, low reward. Not good.
Right.
yeah.
Zero to right. Well, anyway, thank you so much, ladies and gents, for watching. Thank you to the panel, and then obviously everyone else that dropped on as well, who have now obviously left. Yeah, this was great. This was really, really good. So, if you're new here, do hit subscribe. Would appreciate it. Become a member for as little as 99 pence per month. Less than a coffee, ladies and gents. It does help support the channel. I normally do members only streams after on Monday. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to do one tonight. I will do one on Wednesday because I can't do it tonight. I might pop my back on Friday doing squats. I work out and I my back still hurts, so I can't stay up any longer. I do apologize.
But they're telling
Thank
you
you all.
to plug the car channel.
Yeah, I've got a car channel. You'll find it linked in the description box. It's a second channel. I work on cars. I'm rebuilding a rally car at the moment. John Davies has just linked it in the chat, actually. So head on over there if you want. More and more content coming soon on there. Just a bit of fun. Much more lighthearted, away from all of this kind of.
Will you do
drama
one in a
stuff.
dressing gown?
Ooh. Well, don't know.
Members only.
I don't know. Maybe. I'm gonna. That's got to be my next Instagram photo. Just me in my dressing gown.
I think you need the dressing gown members only stream is what it really needs to be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
After hours, dressing
After hours
gowns
dressing
allowed.
gown chat.
Right. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. Cheers.
Yep. Thanks again for having us on.
Take care.